Yeah.
Okay. Should we start?
I don't know. Should we do anything at all?
Yeah, let's just get. Hold on, let me find the thing here. Hold on, sorry.
What do you got there?
All right.
Trump 24.
Oh,
let's go. No, stop it. You son of a.
What was that, Christian?
That's AI.
Oh no.
That's AI.
You know how long it took me to find that soundbite from
When
apparently
was
3.5 years ago? That was a 2021 soundbite right there.
Why would I say 24?
I don't know. I don't know a lot of things these days.
Welcome back.
What's going on? Hi, guys.
To another episode of The Wanger Show.
Another one.
For the record, that was a joke.
That's a very recent soundbite.
No, it wasn't.
You said on election night. I don't know what you're talking
this?
about.
Is this 380? 379?
I think it's 380, I want to say.
We were out for a week for our own mental health. The hell? Last one. Fuck, I can't see. It's been past a minute.
Yeah, it's 380,
380.
It's 380, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo.
Latias
and Latios. Yeah.
I caved and got that Pokemon game that you were telling me to get.
How great is it?
I don't understand.
Look, it took me a minute.
I have it. I've been downloading. I've been ripping open the card packs. But
yeah.
I don't understand anything about it.
Once you start getting into battles, it's a lot of fun.
I did recently unlock that.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll.
It is quite hard, but once you kind of get the groove of it, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
I did sign up. I haven't paid anything yet. There is a free subscription thing that you can do. Well, there's a subscription service where you get like certain perks on the app. But it's
We're
like
talking about a Pokemon trading card.
Yes,
app,
Cody.
by the way. Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't judge me in my life.
Okay.
Just wait till next year. Things are going to get better. Things are going to get better. The cards.
Trust the process.
The Chips and Science Act. Those chips. These cards right here, baby.
Okay.
I don't know. But it's like a 2-week free trial. So I set like a reminder to cancel it before.
What do you?
So you get
it just makes your card shinier. What's going on?
No. You get more chances of getting more shiny stuff.
You get more chances.
Yeah, chances.
Okay,
There you go.
yeah.
So right now on the app, you can open one card every 12 hours or something like that.
Okay.
And then if you have the subscription, you can open 12 packages a day or something like that. And so yeah, there's like that, and I think it comes with a couple other things, other options, other like coins and shit you can buy or whatever with like your Poke points or whatever.
Poke points,
whatever the hell they're called. I don't know. There's still some stuff that I don't quite understand, but I'm having fun with it. And now I'm like, oh, this is how you play the card game? That's easy.
Yeah. You never did battle a lot with those, right? I did with Yu-Gi-Oh all the time.
Yu-Gi-Oh, yes.
you'd battle.
Yeah,
but Pokemon, I just kind of collected them.
But I think the cool thing with the Pokemon trading card game, I don't think it's changed much. Like I think it's pretty much
cards
the same.
look pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen a couple of videos, because I remember I watched some videos of like, how do you play the Pokemon card game? Like I never actually learned how to play. It's actually very simple. But for the Yu-Gi-Oh, I watched one video where a guy talked about the evolution of the card game and how fucking confusing it is. Like it got like off the rails. Just like there's so many different crazy loopholes and rules and stuff. So
once they introduced was it Dungeon Dice Monsters, that's when I was like, I can't keep up. We're bringing in dice into this shit.
I thought that was so cool in the series. Yeah. And then the freaking arm.
Oh
blades.
yeah, the arm thing was cool. Yeah, that was awesome.
I watched that show.
Yeah.
So I think I probably dropped off. Maybe like after was the Dungeon Dice whatever, was that before or after the Blade thing?
Oh, that's a good question. It was definitely post season 1.
Yeah, that's season 1.
That was basically what I'm thinking about it. That was like Squid Game for kids.
Yeah.
That was like kind of fucked up. What was going on there? It was
had his grandpa's
very crazy
soul.
Yeah,
it's very strange.
Kids just dropping off one by one.
Except
like,
nobody. I will say though, it's like there were some moments where I was like, really, you're gonna make me root Joey versus fucking
Joey
Yugi?
Yugi episode was great.
Come on,
that was heartbreaking.
It was good, but it's like, come on,
because
dude.
like he wasn't Joey in it for his sister or something like that. Who was trapped.
No, his sister was like dying of cancer.
Is that what it was?
She was dying of some illness, I think.
Okay.
I want to say.
And what was Yugi fighting for? Just to be a fucking boss?
Yugi was fighting for his grandpa.
Okay. That's right. He was he was stuck in the shadow world or some shit.
The shadow realm.
Shadow realm.
Yeah, dude.
I remember having conversations with my friends like, man, what do you think about that episode? I'm like, I think Yugi would help out Joey if Yugi ends up winning, so it's okay.
Oh, and that of course that's what he ends up doing.
Having like these fucking serious conversations.
Yeah.
With ridiculous ass.
I would have also been like, Joey, relax. You know me. I'm the greatest card player at this thing.
I got this, bro.
If you let me win, I'll give you the money.
Yeah.
You know I'm good for it.
Yeah.
I'm not some little fucker.
What was the bad guy? What was the bad guy's name?
Pegasus.
Pegasus? I keep wanting to say Calypso. I think that was Twisted Metal, though.
No, but
Same idea.
Kaido. Was it Kaido?
Kaiba.
Kaiba
was the cool emo kid,
Yeah.
right?
He had the blue eyes, white dragon.
Yeah.
And then Joey had the red eyes, black dragon.
Yeah.
And who was the other? Tristan? Or Tracy?
Ooh.
He was just
the
the
girl?
Dude. No, the girl was Kai. Or
okay.
I think something like that.
Okay.
Then there was just some fucker that was just hung out with him. He wasn't even a duelist or anything. He just was out
he was
there
the Yamcha of the group. That's a Dragon Ball Z reference.
Sure. Okay.
Which you totally get.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, that just all flushed back to me. That was wild.
I think I started watching it when it came on Netflix a while back. And
Okay.
I was like, wow, this show's outdated.
Really?
It's just like, it's what I remember from like old Power Ranger episodes and then even like old Pokemon episodes. It's so much repetition. It's the same shit over and over.
Even like the shots are
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cutting back and forth.
Yeah.
Like where one match takes like 3 episodes and it's just like, man, they're still waiting, huh?
Yeah. The only difference is like, oh, cool. Like, you know, I don't know if what came first. I think Pokemon came first before Yu-Gi-Oh.
I mean, in America, yeah. For
Okay.
Sure. I don't know for sure. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Because like, in that first season, there's like, oh, this guy's a bug. He's got bug cards. This guy's got, dragon. This guy's got Shadow Realm cards. Fucking relinquished.
Yeah.
And his Toontown. Remember his Toontown?
What?
The
yeah.
The tunes, whatever.
Like
those specific magic cards that he had.
Yeah.
And he turned all of his like creatures in tunes.
Yeah, that's coming back to me now.
And he had the one golden eye.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Remember there were a bunch of bad video games that came out of Yu-Gi-Oh as well. There was one called like
there's like Duel Masters. Duel Masters.
The one I'm remembering was like a PS2 one called Duel of the Roses or something. Had nothing to do at all with the show. It was very confusing.
Did you play the card game at least?
What do you mean, like the actual Yu-Gi-Oh card game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Play with my friends all the time.
No, I meant the game.
Oh, in there it was a weird like chess version of it. Oh, where like they were moving around like a chessboard. It was very strange.
Yeah, I remember there was one game that I think it was on PlayStation that was actually pretty good and it was pretty faithful. It was just like the cards.
There was a couple Game Boy Advance ones that were same idea.
Yeah,
I think I
remember those.
Man, what a time to be alive.
Shout out to Ken Knapsack, by the way, for this beautiful Cutwater lime margarita. I
Okay.
appreciate you. Got this from Yucca Valley from our time over there.
Yeah. A lime margarita, you said? In a can? You don't seem very pleased about it. Take about 6 or 7 sips. It'll warm up.
Need some ice. Yeah, baby.
How's it going, everybody? Surprise! We are not live at the moment.
We are not.
I'm assuming
we're not doing live anymore.
No, that's not true.
No, it's
we
not.
don't know that.
That's it. It's the game.
I'm assuming Wiley's in the chat. Maybe Arcadio.
Oh, hopefully.
Maybe Manny.
Some people. Hopefully,
one of the Knicks. One of the Knicks is there.
I'm sure someone who will just comment, "Boy, these comments were a little outdated."
We only got a few of those,
I know,
by the way, on the recent shows, which we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, so shout out to everyone who's here.
Shout out.
Don't know who is here at the moment.
How do you like it? Do you prefer it not live?
Do you prefer us not knowing what you're saying?
Question for everyone. What if we change the name of the show? I know I'm throwing this on you, too.
I feel like we've been having this conversation for 5 years.
I know. Is it too little, too late? Amber literally
at the point
today.
Where it's like almost 400 episodes.
I
don't know.
Yeah. We get to 400 and then just. I mean, it would. If we change the title of the show, it would still be the same show. We just wouldn't have to call it the Wanger Show.
Yeah, it would have to be named after a penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm okay with that.
Yes, I'm down.
I want to know if they're.
My
okay
problem
with
is I
it.
couldn't think of a good enough name.
Sure, because Amber was like, "You guys ever think about changing your name?" I was like, "Yes, yes, we have, a lot of the time." So maybe even changing Wanger's karaoke. I don't know.
Guys, think things through in your 20s, guys. When you make these decisions to do fun things with your friends, just think some things through. Think about the details.
Did we ever? I never in a million years thought I would get close even 300 episodes.
Oh, we thought we'd do 10 and then probably stop. Yeah.
This was just a fucking joke.
Yeah.
But
I went through multiple election cycles with this fucking show.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, we have. Ugh. We started that. It was because Hillary lost. Was why we started the show.
People need to hear from us.
As soon as she said Pokemon go to the polls, I was like, we need to start a podcast.
Yeah.
We need to get into this shit.
Yeah.
So let us know. What's some good names?
Yeah.
I think Amber said the Cody and Christian show or something stupid like that. Sorry.
Amber's just a really fucking terrible idea.
Dumb, stupid name.
Yeah. I mean, I could see your thought process there.
Yeah.
We are the host of the show, and it is our show. So
Yeah.
I get why, she would suggest that.
CC? The CNC? CCTV?
I even thought about just shorting it to TWS, but
but
then it was like, what's that stand for? Don't worry about it. You don't got to think about it.
DW.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, it's got to be an A.
I think you need a fourth letter.
Damn it.
Yeah. Just take 2 more sips. You'll get there. Any more enjoyment there?
I mean, it's
it
good,
worse?
but it's just
Okay.
like, ugh.
Okay.
So yeah, there's that. Maybe we'll change the name. But yeah, no, we'll be back live again. I think taking a week off, we weren't intending to do that, but
my family was literally sick. And,
you didn't have to reveal that. I was just gonna.
No, I didn't want people thinking we were scared libs who didn't want to talk about the election.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. My family was sick, so
I was ready to do a show.
Yeah. You were in great health.
Yeah.
And you were ready to go.
Yeah, because I am not a lib.
Yeah.
No, I'm not all libbed up, is what they say. But I am actually glad. I mean, I'm not glad your fucking family was sick. No, absolutely not.
What a silver lining there.
But I think I was kind of glad. I was like, I was.
We had a long weekend too. Like I made the joke about our throats being unrested, but like it was legit a long weekend for us.
Yeah.
Driving and traveling and whatnot.
Yeah. We'll talk about our weekend as well.
Karaoke the few days before that.
It's been busy.
And like a 3.5-hour show the night after that.
Yeah.
It was a crazy week for us.
Crazy week.
It was good that we took the weekend.
Yeah. I think I don't know if I said it in this or in the warm up. It was like a mental health break, and it was much needed because I probably would have been a lot angrier, even though it still would have been like about a week later, almost a week after. We're talking about the big game, obviously. We don't call it the
There's a big thing happening, guys. We're talking about the Emirates NBA Cup. Everyone's talking about it right now, Christian.
Really?
If you're not familiar, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, this is the biggest thing in sports right now. The NBA, there's a big tournament going on right now, Christian. You know, like in the playoffs where like it's the best of the best going up against each other.
Yeah.
This is different. This is an in-season tournament. Everyone's in there, all vying for this cup.
They're going to say the worst of the worst.
I mean, the worst are in there.
Okay.
Everyone has a shot. Don't count out the Spurs. I know they lost to the Lakers the other night, but they look pretty good. Wemby's looking great. He's developing really well. They're putting a great Wemby. They're getting a supporting cast around him. Don't count out the Spurs.
Okay.
Anyway.
Thought you were joking with me for a second.
No, that does sound like something I would do.
I'm like, Wemby?
But no, the NBA Cup is a real thing, and Victor, I think his name's Victor Wembanyama is a very tall man. That is a player on the Spurs.
Is he the guy that played the alien baby and alien Romulus?
He could have.
Is he taller than that guy?
He's the tallest guy in the league. He's huge.
Oh, but that guy that played the Romulus, he's not a pro basketball player. Isn't he? Isn't that guy just...
He might be.
I thought he was just like a kid.
What do you mean? Like a child?
Not a child, but I thought he was like a high schooler.
I don't know about that. But I think he was an actual basketball player.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway,
maybe
comment below. Who do you think is going to take the NBA Cup, guys? Let me know. The Lakers are going to take it again? We'll see.
I don't know.
See. They won it last year.
Don't make any guesses. We've been wrong before.
Swept in the first round of the actual playoffs.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Hold on. I got to answer this.
Take your time. We're not live tonight, so it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we'll wait.
I need to get something.
Oh,
keep
shit.
Talking.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Okay. Now, is this a bit that I wasn't aware of? Now I'm getting scared. Oh, man. Look at all the lanyards that Christian has of being an important media person. I think I saw dozens of lanyards in there from Comic-Cons and festivals, and it looked like a lot from here. Okay, you should have just gone with it. You should see the one at what?
You should see the one at my office.
Oh, you have more there.
Okay. Those are I have my whole, because I was like, I don't know what to decorate my cubicle with. So then I just started pinning all of my lanyards from all the events that I've done over the years. And it's not even, I kind of wish that I had saved all my stuff from years prior, like pre-COVID, because I think I had hundreds of different lanyards. But I threw all that shit away. But even the one I have on my wall now, I've got like close to 50.
I still have them in a box somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't acknowledged them in years. So
it's pretty cool. Yeah. I just got one. Oh yeah, we got the Yucca Valley one, and just before that, I think my most recent one was like
the Catalina one.
Catalina one for work. I think D23 was another one that was cool. I like where it says all access. And stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think I had all access, but I wish. Anyways, oh yeah, like I was saying, I'm glad that I didn't do that show because I've probably been a lot angrier.
I was going to tell you, like, you and Ken should have jumped on because
Yeah.
we were having good combos that weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, let's take it to the air.
It was good to let a lot of it out. I try my best not to throw that all on to Amber because she obviously cares, and it was the worst because I was glued to the TV the whole night, and it's just like at one point I was like, ugh, like I knew I was like, oh fuck,
yeah,
it's over. Because like I think we were talking in one of our group chats, like you, me, Brian, and Eric, and we were talking about like the Red Mirage, and because like that is like a thing,
yeah.
And so I was like, yeah,
y'all were
just wait,
confident.
just
You
wait.
and Eric both were confident.
Well, yeah, because like the same exact thing happened in 2020, and sorry for thinking that our country wasn't racist, misogynistic, homophobic, transphobic. I thought I had hope.
Yeah,
I fucking had hope. Never again. Fool me once, shame on me. God damn it, man. Pokemon, go to the polls, man. Oh, but yeah, so I wake up Amber because she had fallen asleep on the couch, and I was like, "Hey, let's go to bed." She's like, "So what happened?" I was like, "Let's go." I was like 3 beers in. I was like, "Let's just go to bed."
We were up for pretty much all the main shit, and once they announced he was about to make a speech, I was like, "I think this is when I can turn it off and I can." I don't have to watch this. That was like that was when I realized too, like we don't have to be plugged into everything happening all the time.
Yeah.
Like I haven't been on Twitter much since then. I've been on Blue Sky. We'll talk about
Blue
that.
Sky.
Been loving Blue Sky. But yeah, I realized I was like, you know what? Let's just turn some shit off and just this will make things better, and it did.
Yeah, I watched his whole
Highly
speech.
recommend.
Just watched the whole thing. Watched fucking Dana White up there. Like, what are you doing here? Like,
yeah,
what do you wait?
asshole.
Like, it's just
Literally caught on camera hitting a woman.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
But okay.
that's
Sure.
oh man. I've seen this is the only part where I think I want to try to have fun with this shit show that is going to be happening going forward. Is how many of these guys that Trump is hiring, how soon until they get fired? Like I want to play a fun game of bingo. There's already like stuff online circulating about him being annoyed with Elon Musk already. Like they're already having disagreements on stuff, and it's fantastic. And then even having RFK Jr. and that stupid photo they took with each other eating McDonald's. It's like what the
I
fuck?
think they're just trying to troll, but yeah, it is,
I don't think they're that funny or smart. I don't think no.
That's a fair thought. Yeah,
because it's like it's one thing to troll if they're like in front of a McDonald's. They all had their little plates with their chicken nuggies.
Yeah,
And RFK just like he has no idea what that is in front of him unless he's just full of shit.
I mean,
Maybe I don't know. But yeah, it was pretty shitty. And like,
gotta take it on the chin here, guys.
no, and that's the thing. I think that's what makes it the funniest. It's like, oh, okay, so election denial, election stealing, like.
He started to claim it was happening early.
Well,
He was saying, what was it, Philly was being rigged? That's what he was claiming?
Oh, you mean Trump?
Yeah.
He was already like, I don't think even he thought he was gonna win, and then soon as like his team probably told him something, and he held off, but he was already saying shit. I thought you were referring to Blue Anon.
No, what's Blue Anon?
It's
Oh, is
like-
that the thing saying Elon rigged it? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, it's just like Democrats like stop it, like
Yeah.
no, like it's
Unless you
clearly
have
not.
something 100% concrete,
Don't
don't
say
even go
anything.
there. 'Cause
No.
it's a losing battle. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I think is the funniest part about all of it. So it's like, okay, so 2020 wasn't stolen. Because it's like, if it was stolen, why didn't we just steal it again? Why didn't we, Cody?
I don't know.
We could have just done it
I
again.
don't know.
But yeah, no, Blue Anon was very much like, like a bunch of people saying like, whoa, pointing fingers, like, there's no way 5 million people didn't vote. It's like, I think there's a lot of issues.
What is the tally now? Because I remember like the night of, there were like 20 million people, and I was like, well, let's give it a second. Let's see how many. But
I don't
yeah.
know. It doesn't matter. I don't fucking.
It's less so that like there were more Trump voters. It was just less people came out for.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also
Which
too,
also
I think there are a lot of problems with the campaigning for Kamala, because she basically just ran everything, like she just kind of aligned her stuff with Biden. I think she should have distanced herself much further.
I think she was also trying to convert Republicans instead of trying to like rally her existing base. Maybe I might not know what the fuck I'm talking about, but it sounded right as I was saying.
I think so too, because towards the end of the campaign, she was even like, "Yeah, I'm still gonna
hang out with Liz Cheney."
Well, I love Jon Stewart's like bit about the Cheneys.
Yeah.
Well, when all that happened, because he was literally like, "Fuck." Dick Cheney. Like I think this was right after that happened. And then when Tim Walz came onto his show, he was like, "Really?
Yeah.
Like, why him?" You know? If there's anyone I feel bad for the most, is Tim Walz. Like, bless that man. Like, yeah, there's going to be a lot of figuring out to do. And I think I've gotten to the point, we talked a lot about this in Yucca. Yucca was a good therapy session.
We had a lot of good conversations around a fire pit that wasn't lit.
No.
We're just sitting there.
Just like.
Some heart-to-hearts.
Yeah.
As you do when you share an Airbnb together.
Yeah. There's like so much stuff that I want to say. And I think going forward, because like I haven't been. Like, I think I would speak about stuff politically on social, like, here and there, but not too much.
I don't think you were ever. Yeah.
No, but I think...
We made our stance very clear on this show for people who watched.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's fine.
And I'm sure people who are Republican who watch this show are getting their giggles in, and by all means, get your giggles.
And look, we would probably do it if Kamala had won, we would be like, "Haha, you fucking lost."
Absolutely.
Blah blah
blah.
Yeah. There's a difference, but but yeah, so like that night I was I made a couple posts on Instagram that I was just like, I don't really care anymore. Like I think going forward I'm gonna be a lot more openly spoken about.
You're gonna be more out. Oh, really?
Yes. Okay. But not in a way, I don't know. Like I always, like I made another post that same night that I don't regret, and I will continue to speak about these things because it is true. But you know, like I basically said stuff that is just very blatant about Trump and his followers. That I do see as very dangerous and kind of worrisome for the future. Now, every time a president is elected, they always say they're going to do things and they never do it. Blah, blah, blah. It's the same old stuff over and over. I think the major difference within the things that he's saying this time around is just incredibly horrifying. Like,
a lot more hate this time around.
Yes.
You know? Like, that's kind of what the whole campaign
It's very spiteful, which is very scary. And yeah, that's the one thing that I think it's just like, how can I was just so like, I wasn't even hurt. It was just like, it was so depressing.
It's what we deserve.
It is.
Sadly.
No, it is. I was just, you know what? I was embarrassed.
Yeah.
I was like fucking embarrassed because like when I made those posts, there were a couple people.
What posts? These are like stories that you made?
Yeah, I do it on stories.
Okay.
Yeah. Feel like posting it is a little, I don't know, because the stories go away eventually. Yeah. So if you follow me on Instagram, you're basically just going to get political takes from me. Only in the sense of like, these are the guys that you guys want. Mm-hmm. Like, this is what you voted for. Okay. And then photos of Draco. So,
if you like those two things specifically, follow Christian.
But like that night, I did get a couple of, some people did respond to me. One person just sent like, I haven't talked to this person in fucking like a decade, and they sent me like a laughing emoji, and it was a woman. I was like, what am I gonna do with that? You know, I'm not gonna feed into all of that. And that's also, you get the follow button and the mute button. I didn't want to go out of my way and be like
blocking everybody who disagrees or whatever.
Sure. I don't need to block. I just unfollow. I did, and I did unfollow and mute a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Some people I was like, oh, really? Mm-hmm. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
I don't need that. You know, because it is like vastly different this time around. So there's like two ways that I want to like shove it in their faces and be like, this is what you wanted.
Yeah.
This is what we deserve.
You're ready to say I told you so.
I as much as I want to, I don't know if I'll have like the full like the gumption to do it.
Okay.
I think it's just going to happen because even if I did say I told you so, they'll come up with some other reason why it's Biden's fault.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can already see the writing on the wall. This is what's going to happen because all they want is cheap gas prices and low gas costs.
And eggs.
And eggs
need to be cheaper.
How much fucking eggs do people
You
buy?
don't understand how many omelets people are making these days.
It's
Christian.
so crazy. I bought eggs today, and I was like, I didn't cry over
keep
it.
up with the demand.
It just goes to the jumping around real quick, but like RFK, there's like a video of him like pointing out all these like junk food options. Like we need to get like here's why Doritos are bad. I was like, it's fucking Doritos.
Yeah.
Of course they're bad.
We don't think they're like. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like fluoride in the water is such an old fucking thing. Like, I don't know. It's just, so, there are so many options for you to eat healthy. You know what I mean? It's not even so much, it's like, okay, do you know who the Andrew Tate guy is? This is like a weird analogy, but it's similar.
Yes.
Like, people who defend him, like those
that
like
I
weird,
won't understand.
well, the weird incels, the first thing that they always say is like, well, his whole methodology about life is to eat healthy and be fit. And I was like, yeah, that's a good way of living life.
And
He's also sex trafficking people. You know what I mean? So it's like RFKs be like, we need to be healthier, but also, you know, vaccines cause all these different things. And it's like, no, that's incredibly dangerous. You're spreading misinformation so poorly that that's the only thing I worry about. Now, he says he's not going to do anything in terms of vaccines and all that shit, but it's like, okay.
Sure, buddy.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, anyways, mini rants. But
it's been a couple weeks. Let's see what happens. I know a lot of things have already been announced that he's going to do.
Dude.
Fucking Department of Education thing is one thing.
That's the one that kills me, dude. Like, and then seeing him say that he wants to get rid of the Department of Education, and then like the good majority of his voters are uneducated, like non-college people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to say that you go to college is going to make you smarter.
Sure.
You know?
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But also, like, what's that going to do to student loans? You know?
Oh, I'm fucked in that regard now. I have no hope there.
Like, if they, I've seen people like, well, if you're getting rid of this Department of Education, I'm not paying my fucking loans.
Yeah.
Where's that all going to go to?
Yeah, my whole thing with, well, I was gonna take a drink. But, you know, let's keep the beer down for this because I might stumble through this a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about something I haven't talked about on the show.
You don't, and honestly, you don't have to talk.
I know, I know, you know where I'm going to.
Yeah.
But and this is not live, so we can edit this out if this goes horribly. If you see a cut right here, this went wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the whole cutting of the Department of Education, I've obviously looked into that. I got 2 young kids, so obviously concerned. And no one really has like a consensus on like exactly how that's going to look. And
it's a lot of speculation, and there's a lot of things that it can impact that like scholars and experts have said.
Yeah.
Not just teachers. Obviously, it would impact teachers immensely and their own schools, but children.
Yeah, what I've kind of seen is like the closest thing to a consensus that I can see is like it's going to result in a trickle down to cutting funding for a lot of departments. And one of those is like special education and stuff like that. And I haven't talked about this on the show, and I'll probably talk about it here and maybe not, a lot down the line. But my oldest son, Grant, is autistic. So he's in the special education department in his school and all that. And one of the things that I've seen brought up, with people thinking of how this is going to be affected with the department getting cut is it could affect IEPs and all that. And that IEP has been a lifesaver for us the last few years. If you don't know, I think it stands for Individualized Education Program. I think it is. It's basically like everything that your child needs to kind of help them adapt to the classroom environment. So like it constitutes like how many minutes, hours of speech therapy, occupational therapy, whether or not they need a one-on-one during certain points like that. And that's been huge for us the last few years. So if that gets cut, it's going to fucking suck for us. He's different enough than a lot of the kids in his class, so it's going to be a struggle. So like I've tried to like really look into this and see like how this could potentially be affected. I know we're in California, but California's also not as blue as it was 4 years ago. So we'll see how this goes. But we'll see. I haven't really talked about that on the show, by the way, not because like I'm scared to or anything like that. I just
it's
personal.
My
My son didn't ask to be put online. And I want him to be able to talk about that when he's ready to in the way that he wants to, and I don't want him to like look back at this and cringe and all that. I'd love to talk about it and talk about how proud I am of the last 3 years or so that we've been working through this. It's been a crazy ride, but yeah, this whole situation the past week with that, I'm just like
Yeah, it's infuriating. And if we do decide to cut that,
this will be where it would cut.
Probably right here. Yeah. If only you heard what he had said. Just know that
things to
just
say.
know that things are bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just. Yeah. Oh wow, that was like almost right around the 30-minute mark. Perfect. Let's keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think the other damaging thing too, by cutting down the Department of Education. It very much seems that they're just going to cut all this funding for public schools and prioritize it to private schools. And look, I went to a private school. It's great, but I have a lot of friends and I know a lot of people that went to public school because look, and I'm not even saying like my parents struggled to pay through private school. It was incredibly hard. Yeah. And imagine how much more expensive it would be because it would just be for the 1%, the ones that they only really care for, the ones that they feel like that the education matters most to, instead of what really pisses me off is that they used this sort of wokeism tactic to attack schools into thinking that teachers are just constantly
telling kids to be trans,
telling kids to be trans and gay when it's just like,
what do you think actually goes on?
I saw there's one video of this poor teacher fucking like trying to protest against some committee that were trying to ban like books and shit. And she's like, I don't know what happens in school. I don't have time to try to teach them about their sexuality or who they are as a person. I'm just trying to teach them math.
Yeah.
And I barely have time for that.
Yeah.
So don't fucking take these resources away from me. And it's so sick and disgusting because a lot of people who don't even really pay attention to politics, they'll see Trump on Fox News here and there, and he'll mention
critical race theory, and they'll lose their fucking minds. You watch, I think you've probably seen this video, the Good Liars on TikTok. They go to like Trump rallies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They watched one guy, and he was going off about critical race theory, and he's like, so what is critical race theory? And he just goes completely silent for like
no one knows.
Seconds. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on.
I've heard from like very close people joking about CRT and like not even fully knowing what it is. And it's not like every school even fully teaches it. There's a whole thing about critical race theory that I specifically taught to like I think like law students and stuff. Yeah. But like I think what feeds into that is them just wanting to erase history. They don't want to talk about slavery. They don't want to talk about our troubling past.
Understand that white people weren't always great.
Yes. And they just want to focus on the future, and that's just so incredibly fucking dangerous. Yeah. But it just really, really makes me upset that there are like people out there that believe this shit, that like there's an indoctrination going on with kids in schools. Meanwhile, they want to fucking put, no offense to anyone that is religious whatsoever, because I watched Midnight Mass recently, and it's a perfect time to watch Midnight Mass, by the way, because there's a lot of groupthink. There's like really beautiful messaging behind that movie or behind that show about religion that is both positive and negative. And I don't mean this to any offense, but like forcing prayer upon people in school.
That's a no for me.
So many levels, because it's not even just forcing a prayer on someone who's not religious, but if there are other religions of kids that are there, if someone's Muslim, if someone is Jewish, like there are so many different levels. And what it comes down to is just forcing Christianity on people that do not want it. And it's just really unfortunate. It's really sad. Now, again, a lot of this could maybe just be fear-mongering, doomsday, like, oh, this is all the bad stuff that they want to do, and it could just be all bullshit, because
pretty good chance it is.
That's when they're in charge of the House and the Senate, it's you're right. It's really hard to think past it.
Did they officially win the House, by the way? Is that settled?
Oh God, it went back and forth for fucking so long.
Jesus.
I think they did. Yeah, I want to say that they did. So
going back to like to what I was talking about, like when cutting a lot of those services, the counter argument I've seen is like, yeah, so you're taking away the federal funding for it, and that funding should go back to the parents to supply those services for those kids. You think every parent is going to spend that money responsibly?
No.
You're out of your fucking mind. And also, a lot of these, this is like, it goes back to like, kind of similar to like the Roe v. Wade thing, where it's like people who are making decisions have no idea what actually goes into the things they're talking about. Because like a lot of those services that the kids are getting in school, they're also getting outside of school already. So if like you're taking it out of school, they can't just add more to what they're already getting outside of school. It's just, it's a negative either way there. If that does end up happening, again, we'll see what ends up happening.
That's the shitty argument that, like, I think even Trump himself keeps saying whenever anyone asks him about, like, overturning Roe v. Wade, because he plays it safe, because he is openly bragged about being responsible for overturning Roe v. Wade. And then now when he's asked about it, he's like, oh, we're going to leave it up to the states, leave it up to the people. It's like, well, you're still taking away their rights. Like, their rights are still not there. Like, they do not have that choice as a collective. It's only a state by state. And that's still, like, if maybe. Like, Florida, like, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. That is horrifying. And it's like hearing the stories about, women miscarrying, like, young... just fucking
yep.
And we're two men talking about this.
I know.
And it pisses me off that much. And we cannot even get anywhere near comprehending how a good I don't want to say all women, because there were plenty of women that did that very much believe in their boy. But for everyone else who actually cares about that stuff, it's very sad. It makes me sad because, look, we're thinking about having kids, and
you?
Well, I mean,
we're gonna do it together.
We would be fucking awesome parents
we
together.
Would.
We would
Wouldn't
be.
We?
Yeah,
We'd be a great.
It's a good
couple.
yin and yang.
Yeah,
yeah.
Who's the good dad? Who's the bad dad?
I'll be the bad dad.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would, buddy. Anyway.
But no, yeah, we're talking about kids, and I just think if I had a daughter, like I would be so, like, I have a new niece right now, and I'm just like, and I'm like so fucking worried for her and her future, and it just pisses me off that so many people just don't give a fuck. Like, 40, 45, and 47, that's my boy. And all those fucking stupid fuckers that are posting shit. I know this is Twitter, and this is just
the stupid
poor incel
bullshit.
But those fuckers that say your body, my choice forever. Fuck you, dude. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah. Be fucking better.
Yeah.
That's why I go to Blue Sky. Blue Sky, you're not going to get any of that bullshit.
Today's episode of the show is sponsored by Blue Sky.
You will not get any of that shit there.
I think you will eventually. If it continues to grow, it obviously we'll get to that level.
Yeah.
But man, does it feel like 2010 Twitter right now.
It feels wonderful. It's so nice just seeing not porn bots and just blatant racism.
Ads every 3 posts.
Vote for Donald Trump.
If I see the damn ad of the muscular guy with the Trump t-shirt one more time, good lord.
Yeah.
Back on Blue Sky. That's been fun. I'm actually like posting, not tweets, skeets are they calling them?
Are they?
Is it? I think that's what they're calling them.
They call them skeets?
I think so.
I kind of like that.
I think so.
It's been fun, but I don't know how to post anymore.
Yeah, it took me a second.
I was like, I don't.
Yeah.
Because part of me,
I feel like a comic who is like, did stand up and then retired for 20 years and comes back, like, how do I tell a joke? I don't know what that feels like, but I'm assuming that's a relevant connection.
Yeah.
I was like sitting there the first couple of days, like, what stupid thing do I have? So I'm getting my hacks in. I'm trying. Had a couple good ones, but it's been fun. I haven't like posted jokes or anything. I used to be good at Twitter.
Yeah, you were good.
For the record, I was fucking good at Twitter from like 2017 to 2020, 2021 maybe, and then I stopped caring. But it's fun to be back and kind of like this early,
I think I was like thinking too much because there were a couple. I wish it saved drafts.
Yeah, I've had many a jokes
because I want to like, not this. But yeah, we'll warm up. I'll warm up to it. But it's just nice. It's just a lot
quieter, and I love that.
It's nice. I think I haven't deactivated Twitter yet, but I think I'm going to very soon. Like, I'm just going to finally do it.
Yeah.
Because, like, at this point, even if, like, someone had taken it back, I think it's just the damage is done, And There's really nothing over there that I don't want to give Elon Musk anything. I don't want to give him anything anymore. So even though he's going to take everything from me, so yeah, follow us on Blue Sky. I think they need to work on the handles a little bit. But
yeah, follow me at codyhall.bluesky.com or whatever.
We can put the links in the description. But yeah, are you at the Cody Hall?
No, this one actually was able to get Cody Hall.
Cody Hall.
This is the first time I've been able to actually just get my name. It's been great.
I wanted to try my full name, but no one knows how to spell it.
It's been a
so.
Yeah, it's been a constant battle with me and the wrestler Cody Hall. Who gets the Cody Hall domain?
Fucking beat him out.
Yeah, okay. Phrasing. I beat him this time. I don't need the real handle on there. It's been great.
There you go.
Yeah.
Follow us there. I don't know if I'll make a Wangers one. Maybe I will.
I don't know if we need to.
Follow us on TikTok.
We'll
That's gonna be our. Cause Trump's not gonna get rid of TikTok no more.
Right, because it helped him this time around. Huh? Yeah.
You want to talk about the logistics on how he fucking won?
I don't think it matters, like, in terms of finger pointing.
No.
It happened.
I think the only finger pointing is all the I think the Democrats need to figure out what the hell they're going to do.
Yeah.
Because Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's depressing.
It's not looking great.
No. I will say, though, I'm not huge on Gavin Newsom. But I love.
Oh, we talked about
I love how this man is just like.
It's fucking crazy.
He's just fucking like, no, fuck you guys. California's gonna stay how it is. Like we're gonna do the thing.
Yeah.
And
I don't think he'd beat whoever the next Republican, if it's gonna be Trump again, if he breaks the fucking rule or whatever.
Yeah.
But would those debates be entertaining if he's the nominee? If he's like the presidential nominee?
Well, technically,
that's what I'm saying. Technically, he can't, but I can see him doing it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, he's already like going out of his way to like put in certain protections for our state, because if things do change under Trump, at least being in our state will be a little bit safer.
Sure.
Than, I forget. There's how many states are that abortions are illegal. It's like,
I don't know.
Florida. It's like 4 or 5. Maybe there's more. But yeah, no, like I some of the posts that I saw about Newsom is like, Gavin Newsom's kind of a psychopath, but he's our psychopath.
Someone called him the woker, and I thought that was funny.
That was one thing that I kept seeing people say, like, we need a
Trump-like figure.
No, we need
a Rogan. That's what they
like
said.
Democrats need. I don't want to say we, because I don't necessarily want to fit myself under as a Democrat.
For the record, for the people who are, delighting in us being upset about their election, like we've made fun of Democrats plenty on the show.
Rightfully
we made fun
so.
of Newsom all the time.
Yeah.
Made fun of Garcetti back during COVID times.
Yeah.
We even poked fun at Biden,
Well, it's hard not to.
Yeah.
I would honestly put the blame on Biden full throated.
Yeah.
Because he should have dropped out. He shouldn't have announced that he was. No, he shouldn't have done it. He should have from the very beginning. He should have been a one-term president. I think it was too little, too late. And then Kamala, I thought she would have been. This is the thing, I'm not, yes, I'm a registered Democrat. I actually was never a registered Democrat until this.
I'm an independent.
I was an independent for a long time, and then I finally switched it over to Democrat. But I'm not full. I don't think I'm full libbed up. You can call me woke or whatever. Fuck, I don't give a shit anymore. I just is it bad that I want everyone to be happy and and allowed to be who they want to be, without any sort of prejudice against them? That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, but you're woke.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I wasn't necessarily voting for Kamala because I loved her or like the policy she's gonna do. I just seeing someone bring hope and like normality to politics was just like such a breath of fresh air. And do I think she would have made our country a lot better? Not necessarily. It probably would have been around the same, but I probably, and I don't want to speak for everybody here, probably would have liked the same as opposed to worse.
Yeah.
Because
that's a crazy concept.
I think that's the most unfortunate thing, and brings us back to not having the energy to tell you I told you so.
Yeah.
Is because we are all going to see those effects right away Like, there are a lot of companies that are already preparing for these tariffs that Trump wants to do.
Yeah.
And they're cutting people's bonuses.
I forgot about
they're
the
cutting
tariffs.
people's pay.
Yeah.
They're firing people. Like, these things, if they do come into effect right away, everyone's going to feel that shit. And if you're going to fall for the illusion of, like, your taxes and your paycheck going up, but, oh, my eggs are cheap again. We all know the gas is going to be cheap because that fucker loves to drill.
The second it goes up, I want to see stickers of Trump pointing at the prices like we did with the Biden stickers. Where it says, like, I did that.
I love people. People were already posting about unemployment, gas prices, grocery prices, like all these things. Like, here, these are all the things because, mark my words, within...
I have time-coded.
Time-coded.
Yep.
Within those first 100 days are very important. People are going to say, see how much better the economy is. All while that is still Biden's economy. He did the same thing after Obama's. When Obama left office, the economy, he got us out of recession. Everything was grand. I think that's what people remember about 2016. Like, oh, it was so much better with Biden. And it wasn't his fucking economy. Inflation doesn't just change overnight. It's like a 1 to 2 year process where it like fluctuates and changes. And then apparently everyone just forgot about COVID and how horrible Trump was during that time.
Yeah.
Like, if we have this is how scary this shit is. If
we
there's
got a bird flu coming up, apparently.
If there's another pandemic,
monkeys that escaped in fucking South Carolina. Is that where they were?
I think they got caught.
They got caught?
I think
all
they
38 of them?
Maybe.
Oh,
I don't know
man.
about all 38. Maybe one slipped through.
Oh, shit.
I think that one of them got through, and his name was Caesar.
Yeah.
When you have Trump back in office, if there's another pandemic and RFK is in charge of our health...
Someone also brought up on a podcast...
Joe Rogan?
No, it was Script Notes. I was listening on the way over. John August was like, I don't trust them to handle AI. Like, if shit goes wrong with AI, do you think that team is going to be able to take charge? I don't know.
That's the scary thing, too. You put an RFK in charge of, like, our health services. He's not a professional healthologist, healthtician.
Healthologist.
Whatever the fuck.
I love healthologist and health.
Who is he? It's just because he's a family member of the Kennedys.
Yeah. And he looks fucking jacked, bro.
Oh, my God.
He looks like a guy who's definitely... Well,
I hate that. They put like a side-by-side. Our current leader and now this one. It's like, how many fucking drugs that guy's probably on? How many times that guy's cheated on his wife?
That's what I was about to say. I didn't want to go there.
There was another one. There was another post that I saw going around about, it's like if all these people are so Christian and are about their morals and ethics, like, look at all these guys who have either been caught sexually assaulting a woman or, they...
At the very least, sexual misconduct.
Sexual misconduct. Yeah. And if not them, how many are in multiple marriages? They've been divorced many times. They have cheated on their spouses many times. Some of them even found with multiple dead animal carcasses just in the most obscure places around. So the only bit of hope that I have is just to see how long all these individuals will even last in the administration.
We'll see.
Because I forget one guy there was like one guy that only lasted like 12 days or something like that, and he was
last
fired.
time.
Yeah, I forget what his name was, but I don't know if it'll happen that quickly.
Yeah.
Not to mention, what's her fucking face? The dog killer. Is the Tulsi Gabbard?
She killed a dog.
She killed a dog.
RFK killed a bear. I know that.
Yeah, and left it in
or he discarded of a bear. Or
he
something.
found the bear.
Right, sure.
The bear was dead when I found it.
Sure, yeah.
Oh yeah, Tulsi. Is it Tulsi Gabbard? This is why I wish I had the chat.
That's the name. Yeah.
Dog. I'm just gonna.
I don't know the
dog story. She wrote it in her book.
Okay. Why are these people admitting to this shit?
It's fucking absurd, man. I don't, and that's the other thing too. Like, the people that I did follow that did vote for Trump, I don't know if they even go beyond knowing like all of their staff or anything. But like, part of me, like when I post stuff, I hope some of them see that. Not that I think it's gonna change anything, but it's just like
you want to start shit.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. Yeah, I remember. Like the next day, or I think it was the next day or the day after the election, like my dad had called me and I kind of just like He wasn't asking for it, but I just kind of just fucking.
Hey son, I love you. How you doing?
I just fucking went off. Not as hard as I think I
Not
probably
at him,
won.
like
No.
Yeah,
he was calling in. He was like,
just checking on you.
He was like, "How you doing?" And I was like, "Let me tell you how I'm doing." And he was just trying to, do what parents do. He's trying to make.
Imagine him on the other end, just like.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, it was very sweet. Just trying to make sure that I was okay, and I was, but I wasn't. So we'll see.
You're breathing.
I'm breathing.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
We'll see how this goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Buckle up, guys. We'll see. Hey, maybe we're wrong. It's going to be a beautiful utopia after this.
It
won't.
No.
I'm just saying.
That's the thing. It's
if it is, we'll admit we're wrong.
Yeah, and I don't have to. I can say it like, oh, Trump did good on this, Trump did good on that, but he's still a terrible human being.
Yes.
Yes,
that's it. That's a key factor.
Yeah, there's. I think the biggest difference between Democrats and I don't even want to say Republicans because I feel like that's insulting to them. Like the difference between Democrats and MAGAs is that we don't worship politicians. Or no. Excuse me, hold on.
There are some Democrats.
I'm just going to take us out of the Democrat situation because, you and I, we don't worship.
It's weird either way.
Sure.
Let's just stop.
Except Bernie Sanders. I'll do anything for that man. There's one person I would have bought a shirt for. It might have been for Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
But yeah, like wearing T-shirts. Like even when we were in Yucca Valley, we saw like there was a giant Trump stand.
Couple pop-up stands, yeah.
And I was like, don't you have a job?
Yeah.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
But no,
eggs are
expensive.
Eggs are expensive, man.
Eggs
gotta make those omelets.
Yeah, you gotta make those omelets, man.
I don't understand how many scrambled eggs I eat every morning.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
important.
listen, regardless, just be a good person.
Let's stop being dicks to each other.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Sure.
Start there. And see where we can go.
And it's not even being dicks in terms of judging you based off a political opponent that you voted for.
No, not that.
It's don't be a dick. Don't in the sense of like, hey, like respect women.
Yeah.
Respect people in the LGBTQ plus. Respect anyone that is not your own ethnicity or culture.
Try to have an ounce of empathy. I almost got through it.
Empathy.
1.5 beers. Empathy was the word I was looking for. God damn it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to cut right there.
I'm not cutting that. No.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about the mass deportation. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
That's a good soundbite. We didn't even talk about the mass deportation. Yeah, that's another thing. See how that goes. Oh, boy.
Ugh. And remember who's going to pay for all that?
Let's segue.
Remember who's going to fucking pay for all that shit.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So the NBA Cup, guys.
Vivek Ramaswamy, we didn't even talk about that.
We're in the group stage. Who's going to take the NBA Cup this year? Who's going to be playing in Vegas for that in-season trophy? I am excited. Comment below. Who do you got? Anyway.
Well, besides all the doom and gloom.
What else did we have on the docket today? Yep, go ahead.
What were you saying?
I was going to bring up Yucca.
I was too.
Now look at us go. We went to Yucca Valley. Which Joshua Tree area, if you're not familiar.
Yeah.
That's where we shot our latest short film, Dawn, which is coming out very soon. But it had its world premiere at the Yucca Valley Film Festival, so that was a nice little bow, I guess, that we tied.
Little bookend.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it comes full circle. Character arc, if you will.
We got to premiere it there. It was cool.
Yeah.
Played it in front of an audience. They seemed to enjoy it.
Pretty big audience. Maybe like 100 people or something like that.
Yeah.
I'd
say more than
151.
That. Yeah, I got to go back and count the rows in the photo that they sent. But there was a decent amount of people. People seemed to enjoy it. Good questions afterward for a Q&A.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was good.
So we a lot of times at these festivals, they'll bring up all the filmmakers on the stage. They'll have a moderator ask a few questions, and then they'll do some. If anybody in the crowd has a question to ask, they'll let that out. And we were in a block of 10 short films, a mix of
on the opening night on Friday.
Yeah, so like a mix of. There were music videos, there were documentaries.
Mini documentaries. There were, I think we were the only horror one in the block, which was kind of cool.
There was like a sci-fi thriller one.
There was a sci-fi one that was cool.
Sci-fi action that was pretty cool. The fighting one.
Sci-fi like rom-com type thing.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of cool different genres there.
Yeah.
It was a cool festival.
And so they split us up because there were so many films. They basically did the first 5 went up, and then the second 5 went up. And Cody and I were part of that first 5.
We got to talk about when I introduced it though.
Oh yeah, so
you were unfortunately stuck in traffic a little bit, so you missed the opening of the festival.
Yeah.
And so they had the directors come up before then to like say who you are and what you're presenting. And I was scared shitless. I was up there. I'm like, Chris. I got up to the stage and I legit looked at the back. I was like, maybe he'll show up. Like it's like a movie where it's like, Dad showed up. But no, I was up there and like I was like shaking. I was like, hi, I'm Cody. I'm the writer and co-director of Dawn. Grace, if you follow Grace, she posted one of the days
a photo
on the slide of me like just looking really uncomfortable on stage by myself.
I wish you would have taken video of it. I would have loved to have seen that.
It was funny. I walked back and like they were just smiling. I was like, oh god, that was rough. Just fucking play it.
But you did good.
Yeah.
When we did the Q&A, we tag teamed that pretty well.
I needed you up there. That's all I needed. I needed my buddy to just bounce off a little bit there.
Yeah.
And we did good. Great questions from the audience. It was
that was actually really cool because when they went to the audience, most of the questions, I think all the audience questions just came to us.
Yeah, I think so.
Because like there was even one guy who had asked a kind of general question, and I think we still had the mic, and I was like, "Oh, is this for all of us?" He's like, "No, for the Dawn guys,
just for you guys."
yeah. And we joked because afterwards we were like signing posters for the film festival. We were joking because during the next set of filmmakers, like the same guy was asking a question that had asked one, and we thought it'd been funny. Be like, actually, I still got another question for the Dawn guys over there. Yeah. So yeah, that was really cool. It was a lot of people came up to us afterwards and said some really nice things, and so
I had a person the next night at a pizza shop come up to me saying they were at the festival and they really enjoyed it. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome! Thank you so much.
That's so cool.
Eric was my witness; he was there. He saw it happen.
We went up with a bunch of us. So Cody and I were there. Grace was there, and then Chris Brumley, who we're gonna get on the show. He was supposed to be on a couple weeks ago, but I wasn't feeling good on that episode. But we're gonna get he plays some. He's in the short film. He's in the short. Yeah, which you'll find out soon. And it was cool that he came out and we hung out for a little bit. Yeah. He engaged in our political conversations, and it was a good fun conversation. And then Eric showed up on Saturday, literally just to hang out at the Airbnb, basically. And in a very
he needed a place to sleep.
Yeah, in a very Eric fashion. He was like, "I want to go check out this bar. I want to see one band."
We got to talk about the side quest that me and Eric had. Yeah. So you ordered a pizza or whatever. That was going to take an hour, and then Eric was like, "This is perfect. I was going to go to this." I was going to go to Pioneer Town, watch a band. I can get the pizza on the way back. And I went with him for this. Mm-hmm. And we literally went up to, again, Pioneer Town was the name of this place, which is basically Valentine in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And it felt so great. I felt like it was me and Lenny just going out to the bar to start some shit.
Yeah.
It was awesome. We walked in there, ordered one beer, watched the band play one song before they wrapped up their set. We had to finish the beer, get out, go pick up the pizza. It was such a delightful little side quest that me and him had.
Nice.
But yeah, we gotta head back up to Valentine. It was a fun time.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I felt bad because like Grace was like starving.
Yeah.
And I
got scared because we had no service once we got up there, and I was like, if shit goes wrong, we're gonna be able to contact.
Well, I felt bad because she was like starving. She's like, I'm dying, and it's like, okay, we're gonna get the food. Ken orders it, and he comes back, and he's like, yeah, it's gonna be an hour.
Ooh.
And we're like, there's a moment of like, oh god, no. And then Eric's like, you know what? That's perfect. We're gonna go to the bar. We're gonna go thing. We'll pick up the pizza. Boom, boom, boom. And then just
you
like,
come with me?
And you're like, yes, get me out of here.
My thought was like, when am I ever going to be able to do this random fucking journey? Why not?
Yeah.
Let's go.
You rode in his van, too?
Let's go. It was the first time riding in the van with Eric. It was a fun time.
Yeah.
Going out to this crazy-ass, Pioneer Town, where apparently Unwritten Law was playing. There was a concert going on next to it.
Yeah.
We're like, what's going on there? And then we learned after the fact it was apparently Unwritten Law, which would have been cool.
All right. So that was on Saturday, which the same day. So we stayed out there for a few days because on Saturday, Grace was on a panel.
Yeah,
was on a panel
really
with a bunch of producers and actors and whatnot. And she was great. So we went out and showed her support for that. And then we partied a little bit on Saturday and then came home on Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still fucking kicking myself.
I'm kicking myself.
I'm kicking myself because we love to do like the making ofs. I should have brought a fucking camera.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't doing anything for a large
As we're
portion.
sitting around that fire pit talking about fucking politics
How
and the election,
doomed we are.
Oh, we should have shot the making of
We
that.
could have shot our interviews. It could have gotten Grace and Chris's interviews.
Yeah.
Could have knocked out so many. This is bullshit. We fucked up. Anyways, next time.
My drive back, I went to Morongo.
I saw that.
$150. I was gonna call you guys, but like in case it was a bust, I didn't want to like have everyone like pull off the freeway and then awkwardly get back on. But yeah, I went there and played blackjack for a little bit. $150.
If you would have told Eric in advance,
I thought about telling Eric because I was right behind him.
Yeah, he for sure would have. Yeah.
Never been there. That was delightful.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I always drove by it like on the way to the desert and shit.
Get yourself a free soda pop.
No.
Okay.
No. It's just
they don't do free alcohol. You have to pay for the alcohol there.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, it's a native land.
Nice. I see.
So.
So
it doesn't.
Wait,
suck,
that means
Cody.
they can't.
They don't.
Get free booze?
Yeah, I think it's something like they don't do free alcohol or something like that.
Okay.
But you can get free soda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Sure. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about? Because I wasn't able to get on the tables of blackjack because they were all swamped during NFL. Sunday morning football. For some reason, everyone went to the blackjack tables to watch football.
Sure.
It's very strange.
Yeah.
So I went to like the video blackjack. How do you feel about those machines? Are you a fan? Yeah, I cleaned up. I did fucking great there.
If you were to ask Mark Ellis, he would tell you it's the best thing on the planet. Mark loves video blackjack, and
I loved it because minimum bet, Christian, $3.
Yeah.
And I was like, now we're talking.
Yeah, I'm iffy on it. You kind of know in the first few hands if they're getting like a blackjack like 3 out of 5 times, it's like just get off.
I won legit, I think 9 straight hands, and I was like, I should probably stop now.
Yeah,
but this is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
They can be hit or miss, and they're very fun and very easy to get a free couple drinks too. Yeah. Because you can put your money in and just kind of chill for a little bit, play here and there. I do like the virtual ones where there's an actual dealer up there. There's like a camera on them, and it just like digitizes the card or whatever. That makes it feel a little bit more real. When Eric and I were in Vegas for when we were young, he was playing roulette. I was telling him too.
I played roulette first. I love playing roulette.
Because I told him that because he was like, "Do you like roulette?" And I was like, "No, not really." But you know who's your guy? Cody fucking loves roulette. Yeah.
I was there for like 20 or 30 minutes. So what I do is I do the minimum bet where it's like $1 or $3 or whatever, and I try to just guess the pattern. Or when I see the pattern starting where it's like, okay, 3 blacks in a row or whatever, 3 reds in a row.
Yeah.
And I know when it's time, like, we got to keep that pattern going. That's when I'll drop like $50 on that shit. And most of the time, I'm pretty good at it. And then I'll get a $50 cushion, and then I can kind of like take my time doing more little bets like that. Right. Love roulette. Did that first. Won about, I think, $25. I just put in like $100 and then like was fluctuating. So I won like 25, and then after that, I went to blackjack and won another 25. It was
look at you!
Great morning for me.
Come home to the wife and kids.
Hey guys, we're moving, sweetie.
Breakfast is on me.
Buy all the eggs you want. I don't care how much they cost.
That's all the money, sweetie. Okay.
Give me all the eggs at Stater Brothers. Let's do this.
I did have eggs this morning too.
Yeah.
Amber woke up this morning and she was like, "I want pancakes." I was like, "We ain't got nothing to make." So I went to the store to buy a bunch of pancake mix, basically. Not mix, but I just got like we made it from scratch.
Sure.
Because she wanted to do the IHOP recipe. Yeah.
What's the IHOP recipe?
I think it was like baking powder, baking soda, flour, some sugar, salt, pepper, an egg or some shit. Buttermilk.
Okay.
And then butter, obviously, too. So
this is when I'm like, you know what? Let's microwave those fuckers. Let's get the Eggo ones and just fucking nuke them.
No.
Yeah.
And they were fucking good. They were nice and fluffy, very flavorful, really good flavor.
Let me ask you a question. When making waffles, can you picture yourself eating them without syrup?
Yeah.
Yeah? You think you can?
Yeah.
My kids love them without syrup, and I don't know whose kids these are because I cannot fathom eating these things without syrup on them.
If they're like buttermilk, I can see myself eating without butter.
Okay.
The ones I remember I would actually occasionally never eat with syrup because they were just so damn delicious was the cinnamon Eggos.
Oh.
The cinnamon toast Eggos or something
Yeah,
like that. You know, they come in the little force or whatever. I would pop those things in and then just like break them off and eat them as is. So good.
Okay.
No syrup needed.
Okay.
No syrup required.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just had to gauge the room.
Okay.
Comment below, would you eat waffles without syrup, guys? Because I was stunned. But
Also, if
apparently it's a
they're
thing.
blueberry or chocolate, you know.
These were just standard that
Eggo
you
or
make with the we had like a little Disney heart skillet thing.
Yeah,
Or the thing, that little press.
I have a little Darth Vader one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at us.
I'm a child.
We're adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of adulting, Cody, there was an album that came out on Friday.
I haven't listened to it. Oh, you know what happened? No, I did want to listen to it. I tried.
Oh,
But my wife was in the car, and we shared the same Spotify account, and she was using it. And I'm like, well, I'm going to be a dick if I take it. So, yeah.
Oh, just pay a little bit more. You can do it.
Nah, I already paid, what, $15 or whatever it is
Yeah,
a
it's
month.
fucking
you know,
expensive.
it's
That happened to
ridiculous.
me. Like, I remember I
Yeah.
would be listening to stuff during work, and all of a sudden I hear some song that I know Amber was listening to. I was like, hey!
Yeah. My whole, like, Discover Weekly thing is ruined.
Fuck.
It's ruined.
It's so funny. Every time Amber works out, she listens to music, and she listens to that guy, so he pops on, hey, how you doing? You know? Oh, man.
I know you like Sabrina Carpenter. No, I don't. I don't listen to this. What the hell?
So you haven't listened to Linkin Park's new album?
No, I heard it's good. Heard good things.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll listen on the way back.
It's literally 30 minutes. It's like 31 minutes.
Beautiful.
Very short album. I think you've probably heard a
I've
bunch
heard
of them.
3 songs, I think.
They have Emptiness Machine, Heavy as the Crown. What was the third?
Slower one,
Yeah,
I think, with just
each-
her singing, right?
Yeah, each other on own or some shit like that. I don't know. Might be like one of the weaker tracks, that one. But everything else is really fucking solid.
Okay.
I think my one worry about it going in was sort of similar to the California album, where I thought
gonna, like, go for vibes.
no,
nostalgic vibes? What
not
are you
even
saying?
not even so much the nostalgic vibes, because I do definitely think that is here with this album. My worry was, and that was disproven when that third song came out, when it was just her.
Got it.
Where in California, it was basically Mark starting it off pretty much every song.
Matt doing the chorus.
Yeah, Matt
Sometimes
coming
they'd
in.
alternate.
They would
Yeah,
alternate
yeah.
sometimes. It wasn't really until 9 where Matt would start
Yeah.
some songs. 'Cause I don't even think Matt had ever really had a full song to himself.
Not in California. No.
No, I don't even know about 9 or even the deluxe.
He had no, he had it in 9.
He
had
did?
No Heart to Speak of. Wait.
But I mean, Mark would still sing.
Mark was still on there. Yeah.
You know
you're
what I
right.
mean?
You're right.
Because like there would be full Tom songs,
Yeah.
there would be full Mark songs, you know. And the same thing for Linkin Park. Like, I think there were full Chester songs. There was never full Mike songs. Chester would
you're
always
right.
sing, you know.
Yeah.
So I was worried that it would be a little too repetitive, where Mike would kind of come in, do his rap thing, and then she would come in and sing the chorus and stuff. It's not the case. She does a lot of fucking screaming.
Nice.
Way more screaming than I thought she would. I think some of his like rapping, I think some of the songs might sound a little similar, where it's like it starts, he's rapping, and then she screams, you know, kind of thing. But it's all like, there's one song like, oh, like they're just doing like a fucking like hardcore like fucking circle pit beat, like where it's super fast and she's screaming. Like I think there's one song where she doesn't even sing; it's all screaming.
Oh shit.
And even Mike, he doesn't scream, but he does something that I don't think I've ever heard him do in a Linkin Park song, where he's not screaming, but he's kind of yelling a little bit. I was like, oh fuck, I kind of vibe with this. This is fucking cool. And him and Emily Armstrong were on a podcast that Zach and something show. They're very popular. I forget their names. It's Zach and something, but they talked. It's a lot of good insight on that podcast. I'll find it right now, but they talked about it because Mike had talked about his influences in like old school hardcore, and he was like, yeah, I kind of just used that, and all the other band members like, hey, we never heard you do this before. Can you do that a lot more? So
Nice.
you know, maybe we'll see more of that in the future. Jesus, I watch a lot of fucking YouTube videos. The Zach Sang show.
Zach sang. Okay.
I'll send it to
Got
you. Yeah, it's a good listen. A lot of good insight behind like their process behind the whole album and whatnot. But it's very good. I I still think Emptiness Machine is like up there. It's such
Yeah,
a good
it's a fun song.
And the way that they talked about it too, I think originally, like, I think she had just sang the choruses, and then they made the decision to have her come in for that second verse, and it makes sense because it feels like a moment. It feels like an introduction, you know. But yeah, there's a couple other songs like Two-Face. I think they also just came out with the music video for that too.
Oh yeah, I did see that one. I think
that one's
is that the one they're in the suits.
Yeah,
I saw that one.
that one's like stuck in my head right now. It's really catchy. And then it's a good variety. Like the first half is very much like Mike kind of starts the song, she comes in, and then there are songs where she starts, and then they kind of alternate a little bit more and stuff. So I do think they play it a little safe. It is a little Hybrid Theory mixed with Meteora, but I think for their first album back, like, very, very solid.
Nice. I'll have to check it out on the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. But yeah, no, it's good stuff. Yeah, I liked it. Shout out.
Cool.
Shout out to Linkin Park.
You know what we should call her if we're going to rename the show? Let's call it Good Stuff. Because that's like our segue usually when we're like, you know what, that's where we're done. Like we're clearly like done with the topic, but we're
Good
like, okay,
stuff.
how do we transition to the next one? You know, I feel like we say good stuff all the time.
That's really
you
good.
say that, and I say interesting. I'm like interesting. All right.
Okay.
Or I say fair enough.
Fair enough.
I'll do that too.
Yeah.
So I got to be one of those. We'll figure something.
I like
figure
good
something.
stuff.
Good. That's had to have been done.
Someone
has to have a podcast called Good Stuff.
Welcome to the Good Stuff podcast.
I'm sure it's out there.
It's got a good ring.
Yeah.
All right.
Manny, check it for us. Yeah, I don't think I have any albums that I listen to. Got a few movies.
Food movie.
I called them movies just now. That was weird.
Why don't we put on a
movie? Did I talk
movie?
about what was the Sam Raimi fucking Netflix one that he produced?
Drag Me to Hell?
No.
I think that lead actress.
Yeah,
like,
she's.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about it.
Okay. She got dragged to hell.
Don't
too
Move.
far.
Don't Move was the name of it. That was fun.
Don't Move?
Yeah. Don't Move.
Okay.
About woman trying to like
Not moving.
escape this guy who's trying to kill her. Serial killer type thing
Ooh,
in the
okay.
woods. It's good. Watch Didi. Didi.
Didi.
It's
It's the
Dexter's Laboratory.
Dexter's Laboratory spinoff.
No.
Didi, what do
Didi's
you?
great.
Okay.
What are you doing in the laboratory?
My laboratory.
Really good coming of age story. I think it's on Peacock right now. It's really fucking good. I watched VHS Beyond.
Yeah, dog. I seen that one. I can talk about that.
It's good shit. I'm trying to remember. I know you talked about it pretty, well, not in depth because we didn't get into spoilers or anything like that. But I think the last 3 segments in that are just fucking fantastic.
It's the most like bonkers.
Yeah.
Out of all of them.
Yeah.
Just out there.
It's so absurd.
The title is very fitting.
Yeah.
Beyond, where it's not quite like all extraterrestrial focus, but it's like it's so out
3
there.
out of the 5. You know? Yeah.
Like one of them, that first one is just straight up, and I think I watched some interviews on them. Where the director of that one talked about it. It's like he's like a huge fan of Resident Evil, and it feels very video gamey.
Yeah. Because I was kind of thrown off at the start, and I was like, "What the fuck is going? What?"
It's so cool. Like it involves
it was a weird like action. When it didn't feel like a horror short to me. It just felt like this Resident Evil like action, like the later installments. I guess kind of.
It's horror, but through like action, basically. Yeah. And it's like
a Dead Space kind of, not like the same style, but like I'm saying like a tone maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Where it's like there was a game called Dino Crisis, which was essentially Resident Evil with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And the director Shinji Mikami, who is also the creator of
Good job
Resident Evil.
pronouncing that.
Thank you.
Nice job.
I guess technically Shinji Mikami-san, if you're gonna put some respect
Even
onto
better.
it.
Look what you got.
He called Dino Crisis panic horror, which was sort of an elevation of like the survival horror, where it's like, you've got limited ammo, but like there's gonna be like some moments where you're literally panicking, and so that influence has been taken on by a lot of other Resident Evil games, and I would imagine Dino Crisis as well. I mean, Dead Space as well. But yes, you basically get like alien zombies kind of.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then the reveal.
The ending of that is fucking great.
So fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's a skydiving one
that's probably my fave.
takes the cake.
I love the skydiving
It's
one.
so
yeah.
I think the graphics, the VFX are
I think it's plenty good enough.
Yes,
For
it doesn't
what they
it
have.
doesn't linger
Yeah.
on them
Yeah.
so much. Yeah. And of course, you're dealing with all these long short films with very low budget and stuff.
Yeah.
And Kate Siegel's short film was really cool too.
She was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With she's like a Twitch streamer, and I think she's an actor too, like a voice actor. God, I'm forgetting her name.
Right. I remember you mentioning that last time.
I forget her name.
Alana something? No.
Alana Pierce.
That what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. She's dating everyone's daddy on Twitter, on Instagram. What's his name? Mike Flanagan. Not Mike Flanagan, but
Gavin Newsom.
No. Well, that's a different daddy. Who he plays the sheriff in Midnight Mass. Raul Coley?
Oh, really?
Raul Coley? Something like that?
Sure.
Yeah, I want to say they're dating. Not to get all gossipy and whatnot, but
All right.
I hear these things and I'm like, oh, that's cool. But yeah,
Yeah, that was a good one too.
VHS Beyond.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
We still got to do our. You know what? Have they done a tier list for the VHS segments?
Ooh.
Does that exist? Because that'd be a fun video. If we just do that,
can do
I know
that.
we talk about doing the standalone video, but if we do that on the show and just do the tier list, that'd be
You want to try?
plenty good enough. I don't think so because I haven't seen 85.
Why, you skipped around?
No,
How you gonna watch one without the other?
You know, I think that's. Oh, I haven't seen Viral either. I got to watch Viral. Even though I heard it's not great.
don't.
Maybe I'll just defer to you on that.
There's like
but,
one segment that's like okay.
So maybe I'll just watch 85 and then I'll get back to you. But
Just watch it to watch it. Maybe you'll make up your own
we'll
mind.
see.
Don't let
Sure.
anyone else fucking judge.
Fair enough. Don't say it again.
Fair enough.
Son
That's
of a bitch.
the Fair Enough podcast.
Yeah, there's something in there. We gotta
The
find it.
I'm Sorry podcast.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
All right. Well, since we're on Shudder, real quick, I don't know if you started it.
Yes, I did. I watched it. I watched it last night.
Oh, the creep
I'm so fucking happy with the show.
Oh, it's so good. It's such a perfect,
Yeah.
property. It's weird that it's like an IP now.
Yeah.
I know it's been an IP before this, but
I just love that everyone's been waiting for Creep 3 and now we're how many episodes is this?
I think it's 6.
6. Okay, so we're basically getting 6 mini movies.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Yeah.
even better.
It's so perfect because after the Creep tapes, for anybody who doesn't know, Creep is a fantastic movie from 2015, 16.
Sure.
I think it's 15
14,
and then 20,
maybe 15
I think
release. Yeah.
Creep 2 came out in 2017.
Sounds right.
It's basically just Mark Duplass. That first movie, at least, is Mark Duplass and Patrick
Bryce. One of the most inspirational, I guess, do-it-yourself movies you can find, I think.
This first movie was just the two of them, in fucking Lake Arrowhead, filming a found footage movie. And so they did a sequel, which was I would say arguably
I love Creep
a little bit better.
Yeah.
And now we've been waiting for 7 years for something, and then finally they announced, I think earlier this year, or maybe even last year. I don't know. It seems like it's been a minute, that we've been waiting for this. But both Patrick Bryce and Mark Duplass were just going to do a series called the Creep Tapes, and the first 2 episodes.
I heard that too.
Hold on.
Yeah. That might be Mark Duplass trying to talk to us. Maybe this is one of the tapes.
I keep hearing a banging.
Yeah, I heard it too. Are you leaning back against the light bulb, maybe?
Oh. I'll keep one ear open.
It's okay.
So yeah, the Creep Tapes.
I heard it again. I know that's not picking up on the mic, but it's just so weird. Anyway, say it again.
I'm gonna go check on Amber real quick.
Ooh.
Hold on.
I think someone's just hammering downstairs. I think it's what's going on here. And we got Creep Tapes is instead of Creep 3, we're now getting this show, which is basically 6 apparently mini episodes here, where it's about a half hour each. Fun little adventures with the still nameless guy from the Creep franchise. Really enjoying it so far here on Shudder. I think the first episode in particular, all good? Okay, got a thumbs up, Christian. I think the first episode is just a perfect perfect little short film.
Yep.
Got an audible gasp out of my wife at the end.
Oh.
During the big reveal moment, I'll say.
Oh. Okay. Has she seen Creep 1 and 2?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's
Okay.
seen
Okay.
it. But like she's like, oh shit, and then
Mhm.
it goes crazy. Episode 2 also very good. I'm
Also-
very excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see like how they. It's gonna sound so weird, but how they
Change the formula.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because like episode 1 feels very much like the first Creep movie.
Yes.
Whereas episode 2, I was like really excited because like, oh, they completely changed up kind of like the settings and kind of like how he is going to end up doing this.
Yeah.
And it makes so much sense that he's doing this show because he also did Room 104, which was another anthology type show where everything is set in the same location but different premises and all that. So
Premise I.
So I'm excited to see where the rest of this season goes.
Yeah. Yeah, because even Creep 2 is essentially the same thing as the first one, but the character dynamic is vastly different.
Yeah.
And the way that movie ends is vastly different too. So even before this show, they were already kind of subverting expectations of what these movies or shows can be. So yeah, I'm very excited to see where the rest of the season goes, if they're going to change it up a little bit. And I'm also very curious to see where if they're going to tie it back into Creep 2. Because the way Creep 2 ends is very much like, oh fuck,
it's open ended a little bit.
Yeah. So, it's also just a brilliant way to do a show. I imagine it was fairly cheap to do.
Yeah.
Because just by seeing the reflection of the camera in each episode, they're just using the same camera each time, and
we're just 2 actors.
Yeah, it's 2 actors. And Patrick
There's
Bryce.
like 4 producers for the whole thing.
Yeah.
The credits are very short.
Yeah, I think it's still Patrick Bryce. I think he's the DP and the director. He's probably editing too.
Yeah.
You know, so what just a cool way to tell interesting stories, and like have just these actors like do these wild and I just love because after the Creep tapes, it's been a minute since I've seen Creep, the first one. I went and popped it in and I was like, it's so in line. It's so in line with the show, down to the movie references. Just like when he was in the second episode, he's like talking about American Beauty. It's like you would know if you'd seen the movie, you know? It's just wonderful. Mark Duplass is so good as that fucking character. So very good.
Check out the Creep tapes, guys. If you're a fan of the franchise, absolutely. Even if you haven't seen
you don't need to
the movies, I don't think you need to.
No.
Yeah.
It's
fun little found footage half-hour installments.
Yep.
It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and if you want to see the first 2 movies, both of them are still on Netflix.
Are they really?
Yeah.
So
that's I might watch Creep 2 tonight.
Look at that.
Peach Fuzz.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments, real quick, in the first Creep, when it's just like, we're all good? Okay, like after he kind of sets up the exposition of him like dying and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, cool. I'm going to get in the tub and then we'll get this going. He goes up and there's a beat and then like Patrick behind the camera is like, I'm sorry, the tub?
There's a great line in the first episode of this too, and he's like, I saw your short film, Mike. He's like, really? He's like, yeah. I didn't love it, but I liked it. It's like, he's just so excited that he saw it. He's like, I didn't love it.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I also love too when he's like, how about another $1,000? Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Fucking great show.
What do we see? I think we talked about it in person, but not on this show. If we don't talk about it on the show, it's not real.
Yeah, of course.
Saw Strange Darling finally.
Nice, buddy.
Finally. Don't act like you did. We talked about
forgot about this entirely.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Very good.
So, yeah, I'm trying to remember what we talked about. I'm just glad you vibed with it. It seems like
we might have been drunk too. Yeah.
Do you think Brian would have liked this movie? I think he would have rolled his eyes at the second or third like switch up or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if he would have got it either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so hard with him still.
Yeah,
like,
tough.
I don't think I'll ever recommend anything to him unless I specifically know.
I almost hit him up last night because I was going to go watch a movie. I was debating between Honora or what's the Eisenberg and Culkin movie? Yes.
A Real Pain.
And I think he's seen both, hasn't he? I know he's seen A Real Pain.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to hit him up for a recommendation, but I didn't.
I think
I took a nap instead.
I think he saw Nora. I don't remember what he thought about it or not. But We saw Real Pain.
No, I didn't see either.
Oh, you said you took a nap.
I fell asleep on the couch.
Yeah. Both look really good.
Yeah.
I think I'm more excited for Anora. I think that looks great.
That's apparently the big front runner for the buzz. And whatnot. We'll see.
I also love the director too.
Sean
So
Baker.
he's great. But yeah, no. Strange Darling, very good. Go into it knowing nothing, because that's what I did.
You kind of need to.
Yeah.
My biggest question now, like upon rewatches, is it gonna still hit as well as it did upon the first watch? Because so much of what I loved about it is what gets revealed as it's going on.
I think so, because
I feel like knowing what I know now, watching that first third will still work.
Yeah.
But I love like how things switched up as that movie went along. If that makes sense.
I'd be interested to see it again, knowing it, because I think that's the fun of movies that are out of order, that aren't like gimmicky, that are doing it on purpose. And yeah, you kind of catch new things every time you watch it. So it definitely brings new meaning to it. It's also just so much fun. Yeah, like it's like both of them are so fucking good in it. But yeah, there is something about like, what's going on here? Why is she like this? Especially I don't manipulation is the wrong thing.
Like of the audience, or you're saying of the characters?
Both. Like trying to manipulate the audience, because characters are labeled as something in the very opening, and so that's very much like, oh, okay.
I'm so
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but
I'm assuming everything that happened worked for you.
Yes.
Without saying what.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because when it hit that point, I was like,
I had a good chuckle when some things were happening.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're not. I'm using there because I don't want to give it away. But like, oh, okay. Yeah. Fucking, I love it. I'm all for it. Giovanni Ribisi.
Yeah.
Great cinematographer. It looks fucking great. It looks beautiful. It is wonderful. So check out Strange Darling. That's on streaming on demand.
I got a movie that I think you will vibe with based on how much you were going off about religion and stuff earlier in this episode. Heretic, by the way. Saw that a few days ago.
Oh, that's the
Hugh Grant. Yeah, and Sophie Thatcher, I think her name is.
From Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
Oh.
Love that she's been like the breakout from that show, by the way. She's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, she was in she had like a really small role in Maxine.
Yeah, she did.
She was like
she's also in The Boogeyman. I think she was the lead in that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's
awesome.
She plays the younger version of
Juliette Lewis.
Juliette Lewis, yes.
Yeah.
Not Julie Louis-Dreyfus. Yeah. She's a standout in that show, and yeah, she's great.
The other girl in this movie, shit, I'm gonna forget her name. Give me 1 second.
I already forget the movie. What movie are you talking about?
Heretic.
Yes,
because
right.
she
Oh,
was
that's right. It's the two girls that show up to the thing. I've seen that trailer.
fantastic. I'm so
Elle
sorry.
Fanning?
Give me 1 second. No. God damn it, Wikipedia. I know you need money. Give me a second. I got. Oh God, Chloe East. She is fantastic in this movie. I totally get why Beck and Woods are.
Oh, they're the writers for this one?
They directed it as well, and why they've like sold a bunch of scripts.
So they have good concepts for movies.
No, they are so good at building tension. The first half of this movie is perfect and like is just so well done. The second half, third, I can see that where it might lose some people. I loved where it went. I thought this movie was great.
They're the original Quiet Place writers, right?
Yeah.
Before Krasinski came in.
Krasinski came in and changed it up a bit. But yeah, they sold the script and did all that.
And they did 65. Were they the 65 guys?
65. They also did Haunt, which I heard was good. I haven't seen.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They did something else recently as well. It's going to bug me.
They should do a Blair Witch movie.
I'm telling you, they wouldn't be bad
name's
choice.
Woods.
That's good. You had me.
Starring James
God
Woods.
Damn it, you had me there. Oh, they wrote The Boogeyman. Of course.
Oh, you just said. Oh, there you go.
Unbelievable.
But did they direct this one?
They directed this one. And it's very very well done. Hugh Grant is fantastic.
See, that's a good duo. We need.
Yeah.
It's my last name that's throwing us off. Like Beck and Woods. You know what I mean?
Ruvalcaba and Hall doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
Maybe that's why it's the radio silence is radio silence.
Ruvi and Hall. Hall and Ruvi.
Revol.
Yeah.
Duval.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fair enough.
The Wangers. Oh, that new Wangers
Yeah,
film.
the Wangers film coming out.
Yeah. Oh, the amateur guys.
Anyway, long-winded thing.
Okay.
I think
Heretic.
I think you'll fuck with this movie.
Okay. I like that word.
especially during certain sequences and whatnot. Curious to see if you like where it ends up going.
Okay. It's in theaters only right now, right?
Right now, I'm assuming it'll be on demand.
Probably
soon,
like a week.
But check out Heretic, buddy. It's good shit.
All right.
Yeah.
I watched the movie last night.
Look at us go.
Fucking A, man.
Absorbing
Amber went to a
content.
wedding. I wasn't invited. I'm
Oh,
not bitter,
man.
but I would have had fun.
Okay.
So instead, I was like, I'm going to put on a fucking movie.
Yeah, you are.
I watched Cuckoo.
Oh, how was that?
Cuckoo!
Yeah.
It is
assuming you
good.
enjoyed it.
It was way weirder than I thought it would be.
Oh.
Like, very bizarre plotting. And I was like, oh, I didn't think... Because I think I saw
It's
the
more
trailer.
psychological, right?
Well,
Not really.
it's like
What
weird...
do I know?
How do I describe it? It's like scientific experiment horror.
Okay.
Creature horror.
Okay.
But not in a way that you would expect.
Okay.
So it feels like a foreign film made for America. I saw that drip.
You didn't see shit.
It's a little
That seems like I thought I had less in here than I did, and I
little
took a big
teardrop
old
that came
fucking
off the
thing.
side of his cheek.
Oh,
you know.
God.
Yeah. It feels like a foreign film. Made for an American, like made as an American.
I mean,
movie.
was it? It's not set in America, right?
No, it's set in like Germany or something like that.
Was it a German director? Was it a German production?
Let me see, because I mean, it stars Hunter Schafer, who's had a pretty big year. They were in very briefly, Kinds of Kindness.
Okay,
like only one scene, but they're great. And then Cuckoo. I think they're in. Aren't they in like what's their Euphoria? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then another Dan Stevens is in this one too.
Oh,
Also a great year.
I think Hunter was also in the recent Hunger Games movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
That's all I'm calling it.
Just check that one out, by the way. It's good. Long as hell, but it's a good movie.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, Francis Lawrence, right?
Yeah.
You know he's doing The Long Walk, which is a Stephen King adaptation. This with the pseudonym of whatever Stephen King's
Richard
pseudonym.
Bachman or whatever.
Richard Bachman, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite of the Bachman books. He is a German filmmaker.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think it's a German production.
But he only had one other movie before. But it was a horror film, and it was released in America. So I don't know. Oh, he has distributed by whatever. It's in.
I wanted to check this out. I heard it's good.
It's very good.
Okay.
Yes. Pretty cool scares. Great editing. Like there's some weird, trippy sequences. I don't know if I fully understand some of the things that were happening, but I appreciate every single minute of it. It's not like super highbrow. Maybe I'm just stupid, but there's just some like I was saying, like experiment creature, but not what you expect.
Okay.
It's got a vibe. It's a nice vibe to it. And it's one of these movies where it's like the character finds out something and they just fucking go with the flow and they don't really look back.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a good description, but that's how I would review it if I was a critic.
Okay.
So, and I would give it 2 thumbs up. Very good.
Okay.
Good horror this year, man.
Yeah.
A lot of good shit.
It's been a good one. I was looking at my top 10. It's
Gonna be hard.
yeah, I think there's a decent amount of spookies in
There's
there.
a couple more that I still need to see. Like, there's so many on my list. Like, I still need to see Love Lies Bleeding, The Bike Riders I still haven't fucking watched. I know those aren't horror movies, but like I have The Apprentice on my list, but I don't know if I'm quite in the headspace right now.
I saw that pull up last night. I was like, way to go, guys.
Yeah, I know. They tried, you know. I heard Speak No Evil is actually really good. Maybe I will end up watching that. Transformers 1 now. I need to watch that one. I heard that's pretty fun. Yeah. I'll watch Didi.
Yeah.
You recommended that one.
Do you fuck with animated movies?
Not.
I don't know why I thought that
Much.
recently, but like I don't know if you do.
I haven't gone to the movies to see an animated movie since. I mean, there's been a couple screenings for work, but
One that you like voluntarily, that's a weird way of putting it, but like one like you went to the theater and paid a ticket for.
I want to say the last one I did that for might have been Inside Out.
Wow.
Which was 2019.
Makes me sad.
right?
No, 2015.
No.
Yeah.
The movie's going to be 10 years old.
Quiz me, buddy. It's 2015.
Shut
Yep.
the fucking door.
Yeah. The second one just came out this year, right?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
9 years in between sequels? Jesus Christ.
That's crazy. Well, when was when was Toy Story 4?
That might have been 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
That was a work screening. No.
But you like that one.
I did like that. I actually liked Toy Story 4 a lot.
You fuck with that one.
I did.
That's good.
I think it's just I don't
Anything that's not Pixar you're not vibing with?
I heard The Wild Robot was really good,
I did
but
hear that's good. Yeah.
but yeah, no, like
Spider-Verse
no.
movies? You like those?
I don't think I saw the second one in theater. Oh, you know what?
But you saw it.
I saw it, but
Okay.
did I see the first one in theater? I think I saw the first one in theaters.
I rewatched the second one.
I saw that
yesterday,
late.
by
I
the
saw
way.
the second one very late.
Rewatched it yesterday. Still fucks. Love
Yeah.
that fucking thing.
When was the first one released? 21?
2018.
Whoa.
Yeah. And the last
Okay,
one was
so-
last year.
Okay, so what fucking I don't think I've seen an animated movie in theater since
Wow.
2019.
Okay.
I saw something recently, but it doesn't count
Okay.
because I didn't I willfully went, but
Yeah.
if I didn't have that opportunity, I don't know if I would have.
You wouldn't have seen that.
No.
Right.
Damn.
Open your mind, bro. There's good stuff out
It's
there.
hard. I don't know.
They're cartoons, Cody.
Movies are expensive. Do you don't even bring the kids?
No. I saw Inside Out 2 with me and my wife. It's just us.
Well, you saw Inside Out 2, yeah. I mean, they're still pretty young though, too. So, maybe I'll go back for Shrek 5.
What
I don't
about
know.
like the Miyazaki movies or anything like that? Anything there?
the Miyazaki movies? I don't know.
All right.
I've always heard it as Miyazaki.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I've done a lot of pronouncers for work.
I haven't seen nearly enough of those, so I can't comment on
No.
MUSM. But
now I'm like, fuck. Am I a cartoonist?
There- as opposed to like someone who actually draws for cartoons who are cartoonists.
Who are like very talented individuals? Yeah.
What about like Mitchell's versus Machines? That was a good one.
No, I seen Florence. and the
Cloudy with a
Machines.
Chance of Meatballs.
I didn't see that in theaters.
Oh
no.
man,
Amber loves those
I
movies
saw
too.
both those in theaters. Yeah.
No, definitely haven't seen any.
No Kung Fu Pandas.
No.
Wow. Open your mind, bro.
I'm looking back at all these movies that I've seen over the years.
Trying to think of like an adult animated movie that you might have seen.
The last one is Spider-Verse.
mm.
And I definitely
I
did.
even saw 9 in theaters. Remember 9? It's got Elijah Wood, John C. Reilly.
I did see that in theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was like
Yeah.
2009, right?
It was 2009.
It was fucking a long time
Came out
ago.
on 999, I think.
Jesus.
They really
Okay.
liked the number 9.
I saw Super Mario Brothers movie opening
Okay.
weekend, but wasn't that also on streaming?
No. Not the opening weekend. That movie made so much fucking money.
I don't know if I saw that. I have to ask Amber. I don't know if I saw that opening weekend or in the theaters. I might have seen that later.
Okay. I saw that at home. I did not see that in theaters.
Okay.
You don't fuck with the Minions? You don't watch any of the Minions?
No.
Okay.
No.
None of those 7 movies? Not
Baby
for you?
Ruby. Which one was that?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm going down my list now. I'm like, what are these movies? Wow. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's the last one I have listed here as
Okay.
as an animated movie. Sonic doesn't count.
Man, I hate being right sometimes.
Outside of, and again, I don't even know if I saw that fucking movie in theaters or not. Jesus. Yeah.
We're going to go back to fucking Toy Story at this point. Oh,
It's
man.
probably about to go. It's probably about to hit that right now.
Wow.
Space Jam. No, that was
No,
a
it doesn't
streaming.
count.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, Space Jam 2 is basically an animated movie.
Yeah, sure.
All throughout.
Yeah, no. Wow. I do not see. I don't think I've seen a modern like Pixar movie in fucking years.
Not even Pixar. So you haven't seen like
The last Pixar movie I remember watching was the Brothers one, the Magic one in 20.
that was good. Onward.
Onward. Yeah.
Onward's great. You never saw like Turning Red or Luca, which of course was about Luka Doncic.
I saw Coco, but that was like 2018, right?
That was 2017.
17.
Yeah.
Like I didn't see the jazz one.
Oh, that one's good. Soul.
I heard.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's the thing.
That's if you're like feeling watered down by Pixar stuff, like that's one of the good ones.
Okay.
Where it's like that feels like a classic Pixar movie. Yeah.
Okay. I saw What If. It's animated.
Okay. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going away from animated.
Okay.
I don't know if I talked about it, but on Apple TV, Wolves.
Okay. How's Wolves?
It's really fun.
Okay.
I saw that.
Anybody talking about Wolves?
Does anybody talk about this movie?
Yeah. There was a huge bidding war for this thing when it was announced. Yeah.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's very fun. It's Brad Pitt and George Clooney doing the thing. I mainly watched this movie for John Watts.
Sure. See what you're going to do after your blank check after Spider-Man, right?
After Spider-Man and then dropping out of Fantastic Four.
Right.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to go do my own thing.
Dropped out of that?
He was supposed to do it.
Oh, my God. That's coming back to me.
He was originally announced for Fantastic Four.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's in good hands. It's Shockman. That's Shakeman.
Yeah.
That's doing it now. That dude's been like
it's already been
crushing
filmed,
it.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that dude's been crushing it with like a variety of different TV shows and stuff. So I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like he's one of the ones like because before the first Spider-Man, I still haven't seen Clown, but when I watched Cop Car, I was like, fuck,
Cop
this
Car
is
is great.
Really,
I love
really
Cop
good.
Car. Yeah.
And obviously this doesn't get to that level because this is huge stars, but I'm just glad he's like, it's an original script. It's his own script, you know, so I'm glad like, you know, he's getting out. Like I want to see Taika Waititi, you know, like these Marvel filmmakers go outside of the big IP and just go off and do their own thing.
Yeah.
I think Taika had that like football movie with Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it did that well.
I mean, before that, Jojo Rabbit was kind of like his.
Yeah.
Was a big one for him.
Yeah. Then everyone just fucking hated him just because of Thor. It's so stupid. So dumb. And it was a fun movie. I laughed. I laughed a lot.
It was all right.
I was like, is this not more the same than the last one?
It was okay.
You know?
I remember that was my post-COVID movie where I'm like, I'm going to get out there and go see the movies. Get out there after my
Thor
COVID.
4.
I went and saw COVID 4. And
I saw Godzilla vs. Kong.
Okay.
Way better, though.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I was sick with COVID, and then I went to go.
Oh,
like,
that's worse.
I'm going to get healthy and then
That's way
go
worse.
watch a movie for the first time since being sick with it. And then was exposed to
another
Thor 4.
movie. I don't know if I talked about it on the show or not. Because it's officially, I saw it a while ago, but it's officially on Netflix. It had a theatrical release the week before that, or maybe 2 weeks before that. Emilia Perez.
Sorry, I was yawning not because of what you're saying, but I heard that movie was great.
I don't know if I talked about this on the show or not.
No, you haven't.
It's fucking incredible.
I think that was like in discussions for some of the best pictures.
It is.
Yeah, I heard it's great.
So good.
Okay.
It blew me away.
It's out right now?
I think it's on Netflix now.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I think I saw it like a month ago.
Okay.
And I couldn't really say anything about it, but I was like, it's always weird seeing a movie where there's an embargo on it. You can't talk about it.
First world problem you
I
have.
know, right?
Oh my God. You just can't get your thoughts out there to
just
the
like,
public. You tortured
it's
critic.
The struggle is like so real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh gosh.
But it's like when it's like a great movie, I was like, no, I'm gonna say nothing but great things about this film right now. But yeah, no, I went into it pretty much not knowing anything besides the cast. And I kept telling, like, I texted Eric, I think this past weekend or maybe a little bit before. I was like, you have no excuse now. It's on Netflix. Yeah. You have to see this movie because I feel like he will fucking love it. Do you know anything about it?
Not really. I know it's kind of out there, right?
I don't even know
who's the... Oh, Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez.
Right? Yeah.
She's actually not in it as much. Okay. But Zoe Saldana is like the front and center.
Got it.
This is like Selena Gomez is fantastic. But Zoe Saldana is like out of control good. Just out of control good. And then the other lead, I think it's Carlos. I forget her name, but she's also just fucking brilliant in the show. But yeah, the plot is just
like
crazy.
An action thing? Is it like I've heard like everything everywhere all at once like comps to it. Like in terms of like
I can see.
Not in like, you know, I'm just saying like.
Do you know the main gist of it?
No, I know nothing about it.
I don't know if I want to tell you or not.
All right, it's exciting. Okay.
Because I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
fair enough.
It's a genre. It is a genre.
Okay.
And it's a genre mixed in with a plot that is just like, oh, like as soon as I realized what it was, it's like, I am so fucking in right now.
Okay.
And it's riveting. It's fantastic acting. The sequences, what I'll say, when they happen, not my usual cup of tea. But this fucking killed it.
Okay.
Absolutely incredible. Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what you.
Yeah. It's just.
Can I guess?
Sure.
Slow-mo.
No.
Damn it! I was hoping that was gonna be.
Well, I don't know if there is slow-mo in it, but there's another thing. Yeah. I don't
Okay.
even. You're gonna make me say it.
Okay.
But it's really good. It's on Netflix right now.
Yeah,
Go check it out. Fantastic performances. I think it's a pretty long runtime, but the movie fucking flew by.
Okay.
Because once it got going and I realized what was going on, I was like, oh fuck.
Okay.
And the style that it's told into, because it's like he's a French filmmaker making a different ethnicity culture thing.
Okay.
That I won't say.
Okay.
Yeah. It's great.
Okay.
It's great.
Are the fight sequences better than the Logan Paul and Mike Tyson fight sequences that
Oh,
are also on
Jesus
Netflix this
Christ.
past weekend?
Yeah. Much better.
Don't tell me you watched it.
No.
No. Yeah.
No, I
will say I watched the fight before. I watched the Serrano and Katie something.
Oh, the girl, the ladies.
Yeah, the two ladies.
Yeah, that's the fight I heard was the best.
That was insane.
Yeah. Like her face was like ripped open.
Yeah, I saw one picture when it got headbutted, I think is what initially caused it, and then like I had to see how it progressed the rest of the night. It got like huge, man. It was wild.
I was fortunate to have been in San Diego this weekend when it was happening, so I didn't have that temptation of like, it's here, I'll just put it on because I don't want to give them my view or my money or whatever, because it's a scam. I knew from the very beginning. I'm sure many other people did. It's a giant con.
I love watching boxing. Like I love it more than MMA. Like I used to love like when I was a kid when there was a boxing pay-per-view and my parents would have people over and do a big fucking thing.
Yeah.
Love that shit. Totally acknowledge that the sport's kind of boring without big personalities.
Right.
And that's kind of why it hasn't grown to like the levels of MMA, you know.
Yeah.
But man,
I think
I'm just so sick of like this and like the Mayweather McGregor fight.
Yeah.
Jake Paul fighting other old boxers and celebrities. Like I hate that like we need this to highlight boxing.
I think that's
sucks.
This has been the answer to the like fights being boring. These are all just gimmicks.
Yeah.
The only credit that I'll give Jake Paul, because I do think he's a giant POS. Like I think he's just like a terrible person, and his brother is even worse. I would think.
You're getting him credit after saying all these things. Right?
Well, I only credit him for being a really good entertainer.
Yeah.
I won't call him a boxer because he's not. Like, yeah, sure, you're putting on the gloves, you're getting in the ring, but he's not fighting people at who he should be fighting.
If you're fighting someone 30 years older than you, it's kind of you know.
He literally admitted at the end, he's like, I stopped fighting. I'm not going to hurt the man. It's like, well, what about all that shit talk? You're going to knock him out before. That's just all showmanship. Yeah. And just like, so I didn't watch it. I watched a bunch of the highlights. If anything, I went on TikTok and there were fucking hundreds of people streaming it better than Netflix themselves.
That was the other thing.
Like, I saw people commenting on like people streaming there in the venue much better than Netflix themselves. You know?
Good. Yeah.
And look, streaming is not an easy thing.
No, plenty can go wrong.
But it's like
time on this show. Sure.
But like
your Netflix.
It's been done.
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta.
I think there was some overestimating or underestimating. I'm not sure. But this is like the third or fourth like live event that they've done.
They've done a few now.
I know that. I mean, they did.
Chris Rock was the big one.
So comedy specials, I feel like would be easier because there's no graphics,
right?
And there's only a few camera angles you just got to switch to, you know. So
the roast to Tom Brady was a really big one from earlier this year.
Did that? I didn't watch that one.
I watched that one. Okay. That was a pretty big production, you know.
And no buffering though.
There was no real problems with that. No.
See, again though, still not a whole lot of graphics really. No. Just comedians up there.
No tail of the tape to cut to.
No.
But yeah, this one I watched that one fight and then they were like, Tyson Paul's up next. I was like, all right, let's see how this goes. And then like
just see his ass.
No.
that should be the thumbnail.
That was a funny video. No, like after like the fucking fourth or fifth like video package. I was just like, I'm done with this shit.
There were video packages.
Yeah, just like tail of the tape type shit. And I'm like, I don't have all this time. I'm gonna go play NBA 2K.
Yeah. I think I don't know which fight it was. From early on, I was like, I have no desire of giving Jake Paul or Logan Paul, for that matter, any of my money whatsoever. Like, I'm not gonna drink Prime. I'm not gonna eat Lunchly with their moldy cheese. I'm not gonna do any of that shit. Like, these guys are just like the biggest scammers. Like, they've had so many. They've had so many like crypto scams and NFT scams that they just like. I mean, listen, like if you fell into that and you actually paid for that stuff, kind of, it is a bit on them because they fell for the scams. But also, like, those guys like stole like millions of dollars from people like multiple times, and so I have just no desire to give any bit of my effort. Just only here where I can be like, I saw highlights. It looked terrible. I love that everyone is saying it's terrible, but honestly, whoever he fights next, if he's calling out Canelo, I don't think that Canelo would do something like that.
How old is Canelo at this point?
I think he's younger. He's younger than Mike Tyson.
I know he's younger than Tyson, but he's got to be 40s, no?
Yeah, but I still think Canelo is still boxing. Like Canelo just fought like a couple months ago, I think. Yeah. Okay. But again, it's like I say that. Like, oh, he'll never do it. If you would have told me Jake Paul would have fought Mike Tyson, I was like, yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. But I wouldn't even call that a fight. Like, the highlights that I saw, Mike Tyson was just like, Biden looked more flexible and emoting than Mike Tyson did on that during that fight. So, the real losers, the thing that I keep seeing everybody see, any commentators are, the real losers are the ones watching it because they fell for it. Yeah. So, and then I think I saw like a highlight of like after where Mike Tyson called out Logan Paul in the ring, and Logan Paul was like, "Mike, I'd fucking kill you." It's like, Logan, you've never won a boxing fight either. Like,
did he just do the Mayweather one? Because he fought Mayweather too, right?
He fought Mayweather.
Why is these?
He technically, I could be wrong, but I think Logan Paul technically like started it.
Okay. Because
Logan Paul fought this streamer called Deji. Deji? I'm getting them mixed up. Is it Deji? There was like Deji and then, what the fuck? It's his partner with that do the Lunchly.
It was Ethan Klein.
Ethan Klein. Oh, don't even get me started on Ethan Klein right now. That's just dangerous. Yeah. No, Deji's the brother, maybe.
It also doesn't matter.
Anyways,
he fought some streamer.
He fought this guy. They fought twice. I think Logan Paul lost once and tied once. Then he fought Floyd Mayweather, and that's it. Yeah. And then like Logan Paul just talks shit, and he always makes things about himself. And then he went off to do his like Prime Lunchly, and he teamed up with the guy who fought twice, basically to make Prime. That's his like partner. KSI. That's the name. KSI. Okay. I want to say Deji is his brother. Okay. Because Deji fought Jake Paul. I get the Pauls mixed up.
What the fuck are these people?
Yeah, I don't know. They're all internet celebrities and stuff.
Good Lord.
And they all got into celebrity boxing because it just makes a shit ton of money. Yeah. So yeah, hats off to them. They made a shit ton of money. They're much richer. I think it's just sad.
This is coming back to me now because I remember we had the conversation like, who would we fight? If we had, like,
if we had a fight, someone in our kind of space.
That's right. Yeah.
I think it's just sad for Mike Tyson. It's like he had such a wonderful career as a boxer, and this is probably going to be his last fight. Yeah. And it's like, this is how he went out.
Yeah, he did one a few years ago that Jake Paul was on the card for as well. That's when he fought the fucking basketball player. Sure. Yeah. You can knock out Nate Robinson. Yeah. Who's like 5'5". But yeah.
Yeah, I think Jake Paul's only fought one real boxer. I mean, Mike Tyson is a real boxer. No doubt about it.
Didn't he also fight like MMA fighters who were past their prime, who went into boxing?
Who were all retired. Yeah. Yeah. And who weren't strikers, I think, too. Okay. So, but no, one real boxer who's like part of a famous lineage of boxers. And Jake Paul lost to that guy. So,
I saw someone make a joke saying like, we shouldn't make fun of this guy too much considering he'll probably be the president in 2028.
At this point.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Anyways.
I think that's all my topics. Conan's hosting the Oscars.
Oh, that's great.
That's awesome.
We need some good news. I saw everyone saying that Paul Rudd has the opportunity to do the funniest thing.
He's got to do the McAfee.
That's going to be great. Yeah. No, I think that's.
Okay.
I think that's pretty much it.
Okay. It's a serious episode tonight. We talked about
Yeah.
things.
Was it too serious? Did we get too serious?
No. I think it was okay.
Okay, we got
We'll
to
be
edit some
alright.
stuff out.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll
All right.
watch it back. We'll see.
I'm not watching it back.
No, I'll watch it back.
I'll give it to you. Yeah.
I watch all of our episodes 8 times before they go live. You don't
Hey,
even know.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that.
I don't actually.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
There it is, folks.
Yeah.
That's the show. Thank you so much. We appreciate you all. If you were watching with us, sorry if we were a little bit of a downer, but it was a little reactionary. But we'll,
I feel like we had some giggles in here too.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Had
I
some
think
fun
I had
times.
plenty of giggles.
Yeah.
There's always giggles around. And I will shout out the wonderful folks in our Discord, because especially like after that night and the week after, it's been a little. It was very somber, but everyone's really great and just very wonderful to be part of that community. So if you do want to be part of that community and hang out with some cool people and just we don't always talk politics, but other stuff to just hang out and be with some cool people. Patreon.com/Wangers. You get access to the Discord. And every time someone joins the Discord, our Patreon, by the way, I always send them the link and I don't see them join. So there's a lot of people out there who have joined.
Get out there, join it, guys. It's a fun.
Want to join the Discord? It's a lot of fun. So shout out to all of them. But yeah, you can support us over there on Patreon. It very much helps us out here. It helps fund our projects essentially. So we've the money that we spent on Dawn, our most recent short film, is pretty much kind of got all the way back to where it started.
Nice.
So if we keep that going, we can keep cranking out shit. So support us over there. And if you can't do that, totally understandable. All you have to do is just hit the like button on this video and leave a comment. That does help us out here on the show. If you've never seen us before, and if you're coming in and you've never seen us, we don't typically
not a great first impression.
No. We don't
in
typically.
terms of what the show is normally about.
I think back to the episode that we had where there was an episode, I think, post-election Biden and Trump, where it was like the two of them facing off each other. Or maybe it was like after one of the debates or something like that. Just remember that was really fun.
Yeah.
Those times were fun.
Yeah.
Just chaos. And Biden was like, come on, man.
Will you shut up, man?
Yeah. But, Trump's a threat to democracy, but we're going to meet with him in the White House.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Anyways. But yeah, hit the like button, leave a comment. That means a lot to us. And if you want to hear your name shouted out on this channel, you join our Patreon, $15 a month, get everything, plus a shout out here. And it's followed by a funny little soundbite that Cody's going to play for us. Cody, you ready?
Yes.
Aaron Woodley. It's great. Alec M.S. Young. Is that me? That Dance Dance?
I think so.
Yeah. Arcadio Castellanos. Billy Starley. Bobby Mitchell.
But as we wait for that, James brings up shout out I can't fucking talk.
Bryant Arsenal.
Don't even wait, Cody. Give it to me. Give me that
It's a
dick.
good one.
Give me that dick.
Whoa. Brian D.
Brian!
Chris Jones.
Flank me, gentlemen.
Sydney Perez.
Love the crowd getting psyched for you there.
I don't know why.
Good. Yeah.
Did they hear something different than what's... it was the gain. It needs more gain. FS1138.
That's bullshit, man. No, recount. Recount.
Get off the stage. You don't deserve it, you
bullshit.
loser.
I'll see you in
Loser.
court, assholes.
The asshole is
That's fantastic.
such a good dismount.
Giuseppe.
Assholes.
I am God.
Did you get the part where I'm like, no, I'm just kidding?
No, I didn't.
Oh, because
Do you do the same voice?
I-
No, I'm just kidding.
I do like, no. I think I say it like, no, I'm just kidding. And then Aaron's like, you're kidding. I was like, well, what if someone thinks Harley Payne?
Like my first shot.
John Noto. Julia Connor. Is that Eric?
Yeah, it's me and Eric duetting, and he's realizing that I'm still going, and he's like, "Oh shit, we're supposed to rise here."
That kind of sounds like Adam.
Like it's borderline scary. What happens there?
It doesn't even sound like Eric. Carl Soderbeck.
Hey Brian, you're not supposed to hit it that hard.
There's no wind, dipshit.
All right, well that's unnecessary.
Oh, I gotta update this one. To their new last name.
All right,
Cat. Hold on, I'm gonna look.
Sorry, that's the one you
No,
got.
hold on,
Cat.
Cat.
I'm so sorry.
Do you know what it is?
Off the top of my head, I don't. I'm sorry.
Cat.
Might start with an M.
Mark him.
Yeah.
Bears. Wait, Cat Mark. Oh. No, I was waiting for the other one. I'm sorry, Cat.
God, I'm so sorry.
Let me try it again.
All right.
Cat Mark.
What is happening? God damn it.
All right.
What's next?
Kyle Johnson.
You got away with your words and a big fat cock.
Maris Thornton. Michael Bittner.
We're doing it. We're doing it live.
Nick Wade.
Oh!
Senior Film.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cisco.
Sergio Castaneda.
Let's go. Who knows this song?
Sheridan Ponce.
Anybody know this song?
Stephanie Merritt.
Anyone know this song?
Let's look at every song. Stefan Solosi.
Yeah.
Terry Stockwell.
Who can say if I've been changed for the better?
Oh, TJ Jones.
As we wait for that, James brings up shout out I can't fucking talk.
TJ Jones. Tyler Eklund. And finally, Wiley Todd.
For this fight, you are setting a monumental opportunity for kids my age to see the legend Mike Tyson in the ring for the first time.
Yeah, great question.
So after such a successful career, what type of legacy would you like to leave behind when it's all said and done?
I don't know. I don't believe in the word legacy. I just think that's another word for ego. Legacy doesn't mean nothing. That's just some word everybody grabbed onto. Someone said that word and everyone grabbed on the word, so now it's used every 5 seconds. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over. Who cares about legacy after that? What a big ego. So I'm going to die. I want people to think that I'm this, I'm great. No, we're nothing. We're just dead. We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That is something that I have not heard before, someone say that as an answer. So thank you so much for giving me that kind of idea as well.
Can you really imagine somebody say, I want my legacy to be this way when you're dead? Why do you want somebody to think? You think somebody really wants to think about you? What's the audacity? I think, I want people to think about me when I'm gone. Who the fuck cares about me when I'm gone? For my kids, maybe, or grandkids.
Yeah,
Who the
true.
fuck cares?
Oh,
Love it.
just wonderful.
Just a child.
Just
Wanted to know.
Yeah.
You know.
Just not even a teenager. Just fucking child out here. Oh, it's great.
We're all going to die.
Nothing matters. Thank you all. Make sure you are, once again, leaving a like, leaving a comment. And what you should comment is, if we did change the name of this show,
Please help.
what should it be? Should it be good stuff? I'm sorry. Interesting.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. With that being said.
That's another goal.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Trump 24.
No, stay.
Let's go.
Stop it.
Your
Matt.
words.
It's going to get so bad to a point where I'm going to have to delete that one.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. We didn't play that one when he was here, huh?
We did.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh,
we
fuck
played
it.
all of them.
I don't remember that one.
That one just, I'm prepared for it every time. It still kills me.
Because I can hear his, like,
Play it again.
realization. Like,
Yeah.
God, I love that man. Hanging out with that man is so much fun.
It is.
It's just, you never know what you're going to get into. Thank you all. Appreciate every single one of you. Click those buttons. Comment away. Do the things. We love you. Be good.
Flank me, gentlemen.